Perfect. So we get started. Hi, all of you. I'm Hans Paul, CEO and co-founder of Speed Legal. And how many of you want to build something that people want? Okay, some of you. Cool. So you're in the right place. This is what we are going to talk about today. How many teams here? I see merger leader. How many startups? Okay, can you tell me the name of your startup?
Mine, Scout IP.
Scout IP?
Yeah.
The envelope.
The envelope?
Take it.
Take it?
Take it.
Take it.
Aspis OT.
Sorry?
Aspis OT.
Aspis OT?
Neura.
Neura?
Agromercato.
Agromercato?
Diary Ally.
Diary Ally.
Yeah.
Perfect. You were also in the other batch? No. For people allergic? No, or no, something else. Sorry. Okay, cool. Perfect. So you know a bit. Well, I'll tell you about myself because again, most of you don't know me. But today we're going to talk about MVP design, and the most important thing we're going to learn today is to test your assumptions about your startup with real user as soon as possible, and ideally to build something that people really want. A bit about myself. I'm a 5-time founder. I live between Italy and San Francisco. My focus is really going from 0 to 1. And in my free time, you can find me running the mountains. A quick agenda for today. We're going to talk about MVP, what's an MVP, with some examples. Then we are going to do some work together on the validation board. Have you seen this before? Validation board? Lean Canvas? Wait, Lean Canvas, yes. And then we're going to end with some homeworks. So first of all, what's an MVP? An MVP is a minimum viable product. So it's the minimum set of assumptions, hypotheses, that can help you to validate your product. So we are going to go from months. The idea is to go from months into days. So we don't want to spend 6 months building something people don't want, right? So the question is not can we build it, but should we build it? Or will anyone care enough to change their behavior and use your product or your service here? I'm looking forward to hearing your product now, very soon. So this is, by the way, this is not a lesson. This is a workshop, so it's going to be very interactive. So we're going to go from assumptions to hypotheses. So what's an assumption? Something that you have in your head. So, for example, for Speed Legal, my startup, an assumption is that people will pay for having AI reviewing their contracts. That's an assumption. An hypothesis is if I show 10 people a landing page proposing $99 per month, unlimited contract review with 24-hour turnaround time, 10 of them will actually pay for it. Yes or no? That's an hypothesis. So each team now, tell me what's your assumption about and then your hypothesis maybe, if you can do it, but what are your assumptions about your idea, your project?
So if people will buy it, or
I mean, what's your startup?
we make like emotional diary for companies.
So
to
what's
validate if the workspace environment helped.
emotional diaries for companies?
Yeah.
So what's the assumption behind your project, your idea?
That we can fight violence in workspace and value the manager not only on money but on the well-being of the employees.
Okay, good. Next.
I would say that for our solution will be sort of a B2B marketplace.
Mm-hmm.
Our assumption is that wholesalers inside the market, the general market, don't want to work with obsolete tools and the dynamics that characterize this traditional field.
Mm.
And our hypothesis could be that maybe wholesalers are willing to pay a service that changes professional life. And
Okay, good.
sort of way.
Good. Next.
Our idea is basically a voice AI agent for pizzerias that collect takeaway orders and optimizes them. So our assumption is that some pizzeria owners would buy a software for $100 a month instead of paying someone just to answer the phone and write orders.
Okay, thank you. Next.
So our assumption, we are building a solution for making more easy the compliance inside the companies that operate in highly regulated sectors. So our assumption is that people will pay for a tool that ensure the compliance inside the factory follow the laws.
Cool, thank you. Next.
Okay, the idea is an AI ecosystem that unites teachers, families, and tutors through a workflow with personalized testing and adaptive study. That's the idea. The assumption will be that a good percentage of students or family will pay a monthly fee of 14.99 euros for the service.
Cool, thank you. Next.
Our assumption is that we can accelerate by 10 times the process of M&A deal origination, and finding targets, and market screening. And the other assumption is that companies, if it really works well, will pay like a premium price for it.
Good, thank you.
Our assumption is that world of patent search and intellectual property is completely messed up, and people don't know how to navigate if they are not legal experts. And now our hypothesis, and here I'm a bit, I have a question for you already.
Yeah.
So we know the market data, for instance, how many people actually check the patent database, how many succeed, how many fail. But the market data is not from our own researchers. Can we use it as a hypothesis, or it's more like a foundation for our hypothesis that we build on later?
I think you can use it. There's not a strict rule. I mean, hypothesis is something that it's actually help you to validate your ideas, your project. So hypothesis is something that it's in the outer world. Assumptions is in your mind. So the definition itself of a hypothesis is a scientific process. So as long as there is a method, a number, doesn't matter if it's your number or data from the statistics, as long as it makes sense for the method.
So I would say that 70% of researchers do not consult with the patents, even though 80% of technical knowledge is exclusively in the patent databases. So we assume that if 10 researchers will try our product, 7 out of 10 gonna benefit for their research project.
Nice. That's a very well structured actual hypothesis. That makes sense.
Okay.
Cool. Next.
So one of our assumptions can be that we assume that we can transform like very complex and fragmented data from financial markets into an easier way for early investors or people that don't know nothing about finance, essentially. And hypothesis, I have in mind something with the price. Maybe it's something that can work. I don't know. Like we assume that having the price that is lower than the average competitor might attract more users, or might also increase the percentage rate of people that go from the freemium to the actual product.
Okay. So your hypothesis around the pricing of your.
Yeah, for now, yes.
Yeah. Good. Thank you, guys. That was a good exercise. So what's not an MVP? An MVP is not a crappy product. It's not a half-built V1 or half-finished V1, but it's actually, as I said at the beginning, a minimum set of features that help you to get to test your hypothesis. I think maybe Zeno shared a video of a Stanford professor. They call it prototype before a prototype, right? So you can call it MVP, you can call it prototype, you can call it fake it until you make it, but you got the idea probably. So yeah, the idea is to learn and fail fast, because again, it's difficult to get it right the first iteration, as most of you know, and we'll see very soon. And so set your hypothesis and launch quickly. That's pretty much it. Any questions on this? So far, so good?
Can you test several hypotheses at the first launch, or it's better to focus on one?
Well, if you use the validation board, they say to use one by one, but you can do whatever you want. I mean, entrepreneurship is not a single path. There's more paths to get there, right? So I would say it's more difficult, but you can do more. I mean, if you have more team members, maybe each team member can do a test, probably, a different test. Maybe, yeah. So you can move faster. Of course, if one test depends on the results of the first one, maybe it doesn't really make sense. I mean, you should wait for the first one to come, but yeah, you can do whatever you want. Depends on the test, of course. So, and any one of you have used Loom, L-O-O-M? Well, maybe it's more popular in the US, but it's basically a screen recording platform. They're making 400 million ARR. It helps you to record. What do you use in Europe? What do we use in Europe to record your screen and send a link to your teammates? I don't know. But anyways, this is pretty cool. You should try it. Anyways, you basically click a button. You do a screen recording. It also takes your face if you want. So you give an asynchronous update to your team members about what you're doing, and they receive a link right away. But anyways, they didn't start with that product. Sorry for the example. I thought it was known, this product. But anyways, they started with something called Open Test, which was more of an expert test feedback on their platforms. They want to know how it looks compared to an expert. And that didn't work. They actually found out that people loved a specific feature, like Instagram. We know that it didn't start like Instagram. It started with another platform, and then they found that people liked sharing pictures, and then they focused on that. So similar here, people loved the video recording feature more than the testing service, the user testing, and they focused on that, and then they became what they became. Then they pivoted, they did a Chrome extension, and they got a lot of more users. You know Discord, maybe? Okay, this is better. Okay, they started not as they are now, of course. They started with one game and one subreddit, and then got from there. Of course, it sounds easy, but there was struggle at the beginning. For every startup, there is struggle. So if you're struggling, don't worry. But that's one of the more important things is what we are doing here. We're not just, trying to make something small because we cannot do a big product. We all can do it now, also with vibe coding, cloud code, whatever you use. But it's because we are testing specific hypotheses. Like, people were using Skype at that time. Skype was like Google Meet now, well, kind of. And people were thinking, really? Will gamers switch from Skype to a voice chat? That was the big question. Now we say, of course. By that time, was not clear. So what we're doing here, guys, we're not just building a small product because we're stupid, but because we want to test one thing at a time, or maybe more if you can in your team, and make sure that that's something people want. Any questions on this? Sorry for the Mergely team, because you have seen this video before, but so this is another example. You know Dropbox? Some of you using it? Some of you, okay. So that's how they started. Is there audio?
Or maybe you left your keys at home.
How can we connect the audio?
Organization.
Is there a way to mute video, audio? Okay. There's no way? Okay.
You need one place.
It's totally fine. We don't need it. But basically, you see this video. Okay, now there is an echo. Right. So basically, they started with this video that I'm going to skip to explain what was the service about. They're showing basically that you can bring files from your laptop to your device. Now it's normal, but at the time was rocket science. And they didn't build any product, but they got 5,000 people to sign up for this. And they thought maybe people like it. There is something going on. And then they built another video, which is this video, where actually he screen recorded this video and he drag and drop things in the folder. People say it was halfly done, not really true. But the fact that they got a lot of users with these videos. So what I want to tell you here is that sometimes you don't need to build the exact product, but sometimes you can fake it until you make it.
I think you're muted on the call.
Okay.
Yeah, you.
Mm-hmm. Can people hear us at home? I didn't ask actually. Forgot. Hey guys, can you? I think it was muted from the beginning. Oops.
But there's a microphone is there. So.
Okay, cool.
No,
But
you should mute it because the microphone is.
Cool. Can you guys hear it as at home?
Yeah, we can hear.
That's great. Glad to hear. Okay, so Dropbox example. What did you learn from that? Someone?
Sorry.
What did you learn from this example of Dropbox?
So you don't need to have the whole product built for understanding if people want the product.
Cool. How does that apply to your startup, for example?
We can do also maybe maybe a video also. I think.
Remind me your
Maybe
startup.
the rest.
What's your startup about? Remind me that.
About the we are building the solution for the compliance on the companies.
Ah, yeah, you mentioned that. Yeah.
Regulator sectors. So this is a product that integrates inside the the workflow of the companies. So it's a little bit, in our view, it's a little bit hard to find the right prototype or MVP in this.
Question?
Yeah, I was wondering because like Dropbox is B2C, it's like, and it was like a very simple feature, but for startups who are building B2B and they're like making much complex promises to companies, even like to validate the idea on the market, you just don't upload the video on YouTube and people
True.
look at it and say, oh, cool.
Yeah.
Like that's my question is like when you're building much complex products, how do you?
Yeah, it's a very good question. So, in my experience, for B2B or different types of product, you can try to do the concierge methodology, where you do it like if it was tech, but they don't know it's not tech.
Like if it was?
Technology doing that, but it's actually you. For example, in your case, I guess it's M&A, right? Contract review.
Yeah.
Kind of.
No, not contract review.
No.
It's
Sorry.
the origination.
The origination, okay. So in your case, what you could do, you could actually, so what's your unique selling proposition? How you're better than competitors?
Because there is not a competitor who uses AI to actually find target companies. It's all like
Sorry, my bad, not competitors, existing solutions.
there is no existing solution.
Like, no, what they do right now, your customers?
Our customer look
Manually, right?
Yeah, manually.
So how are you better than them? What makes you better?
It's better because we're much faster and also we're a scalable process. Like if you take two analysts, it's almost gut feeling. It's not gut feeling because they take a look at the company's website, some financials, etc. But if you give the same mandate to 10 analysts, you won't have the same result. They will choose different companies.
Correct.
That's the point. We're also much faster, much more precise.
Yeah.
It's like also the standardization of the process.
Makes sense. So what you can do to test it is probably to do it yourself manually. Maybe, how big is your team? 3 people, more? You're 5 analysts, perfect. You're much faster than 2 analysts. So you can give a 2x compared to 2 analysts, and you don't need to build anything. So you need to do it under the hoods. They don't know it's not tech, but you deliver to them. Like for us at Speed Legal, we didn't do any AI at the beginning. It was like someone in India doing that. And then we did it with AI because it worked.
Okay.
So concierge for B2B here, who is doing B2B, could be a good method, like fake it. I mean, fake it, you're doing actually it, but you don't have like the big super scale AI doing that or crypto, whatever. Does it make sense?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, I still think that you can collect some validation even before delivering the product, which is like, even $50, but telling them, I'm building this, I show you a Figma or something or a video, and then tell them, would you pay for this? Actually, if they start, using their own money, it's gonna be valuable, or they give you their phone number, something valuable for them.
Yeah,
But if you can do the product already by yourself, that's the next step. You're already delivering the solution, which is even more validation for sure.
Yeah, maybe later we'll go deeper into
Yeah, good question. I'll go on, but keep them coming because it's important that you ask me questions. Yeah.
Can we also use like social media, like ads, videos to like validate our
Of course, whatever you need, you can do it. The question is I think yours is, what's B2C or B2B? Yeah. So even more, if you are B2C, it's a must probably to do some ad testing, A/B testing, and see which one converts more. You can put a value prop in one, another value prop, and see which one. That's a good point. Yeah. So good learnings, good answer. Your name? Filippo. So yeah, maybe it works for you. I'm not sure if it works, but for them it worked. May not work for all the B2B startups, as your name again, Alberto said. And yeah, these are the numbers we spoke about. So Concierge MVP is actually one way of doing that. Oh yeah, this actually is another startup doing Concierge. It was actually Airbnb. Airbnb is actually not B2B, but they did Concierge. What does it mean, Concierge? It means, again, they put actually pictures on Craigslist. Craigslist is like, I don't know, Subito? I don't know. It's like a forum where you can put stuff and people buy and sell or rent rooms and stuff. And they actually, yeah, that was the beginning, Airbnb. And so you can they validated a very important thing. Now it's normal, but would you have someone at your place that you don't know them? Maybe not, right? But with they build the trust, they build the reputation, the score system, the rating, and now it's quite safe. There is also insurance for the host. So by the beginning it was tough, of course, to start something so different from what's in the market. Another example is Uber. It was at the beginning one feature, one city, and not many choices. So again, if you want to test something, especially if you are a multi-market, is there someone who is like a double-sided platform where there are two types of users? Yeah. Okay. Who are your users?
My users are the wholesaler inside the wholesale market.
Yes.
And all the professional clients that provide that supply from this product.
The wholesalers are actually
in the field of fruit and vegetables.
Correct. So the wholesalers are the one buying from the
producers.
Okay. Cool. And so probably the beginning to make it valuable for the wholesalers, well, you need to have some professionals, like the agricultural people, right?
Are they cultural people?
No, sorry. You are in the agriculture? No.
Yeah, in the fruit and vegetables, horticulture.
Yeah. But at the same time, for the agricultural people to sell something, you need to tell them, well, we have wholesalers now network, right? You need both.
The clients already provide from the supply from the wholesaler because they don't buy directly from the producers because they go inside the wholesale market, so they don't see the producers.
Okay. And who are the professionals? Not totally clear. Who are they?
Restaurant.
Okay.
The Eureka clients, purchase groups,
okay.
GDO.
Yeah. Okay. Makes sense. Yeah. You were saying something?
No, yeah, we just like
two-sided market.
Yeah. One are like the retail investors or people that already know about financial markets and know how to read data and information. The other instead is like switch with a function that is the learning by doing function. It's for early investors or people that are interested in the world of finance but don't know how to read proper data or need an imprinting.
And you need both to be successful? Probably.
Not necessarily, but it would be best if we have both.
A bit both. Who is the person that you need to onboard first?
We need to onboard first the people, like if we need to test the MVP, we still need people that know about what's financial topics. Because they can give also like suggestions on how to properly read some data or like how to interpret with graphs, so maybe they prefer it in a different way. And instead for the learning by doing, people that don't know, because they can actually test like if the teaching that we're giving is appropriate, and they can then go further with the other topics, like comprehend everything.
Makes sense. Thanks. See? Yeah.
We have like teachers that use a part of the software, and then students that use like another part of it. So like double-sided, we have B2B that are schools, and then B2C that is our main target that are students.
Are the schools providing the service or also buying the service for you?
No, it's free for the schools. For teachers, it's free. We provide the service for free.
Okay, nice, thank you. By the way, at home, you can answer as well or raise your hand so we can hear you if you want. Perfect. Is there any team who is not here, is just remote, or everyone is basically here, the teams?
I mean, my
teammate is there. Okay, cool. But there is no team which is not here, is only online. That you know?
Maybe Tommaso Biasotto and Groin.
Okay, so he's not here. The team is just online.
Yeah,
okay.
It's surely just online.
Okay. Well, Tommaso, feel free to step in if you want. Another example. I mean, I'm just making an example because maybe they can resonate with you. Maybe we don't have similar ideas today. So I think it's more B2B maybe here, but yeah, Justin TV was Twitch before Twitch became Twitch. It's pretty simple. The founders, Justin, just strapped a camera on top of his head and went out showing what he was doing in his life, and he got some feedback and he found some initial traction, and people actually care about even low quality video, but they care more about the real time kind of experience. Stripe, before it was Stripe, it was manually done. This is a very good example of, again, concierge methodology. The guys were going in the companies, implementing the banking service, like the credit card service, but it was all manual. Now you click and you connect and you can get payments or issue invoices. At that time, it was very manual. So it was paperwork, and they were doing that on the back end for you, like Mergely could do, for example, like any of other, can do it here. Figma, before it was Figma, people thought, why should I have my design app like Adobe on the browser? That was a difficult question for them, and I want to hear your difficult question for today. That's the objective, and actually then it seems to work, right? So people leave the desktop apps to actually use a design app on your browser. At the beginning, it was unconceivable, and they tested the idea, and it worked. Any questions on this? Cool. Any insights? Any learnings? Good. So what's your MVP? That's my next question before we move to the more operative part. You want to start, Anna?
We have a platform that actually already can check and scrap 150 million of patents. So you can type in your natural language whatever you have an idea, and it will go and search for you all that is similar.
Okay.
Actually, next week we're going to have tests with researchers.
Okay.
So it's super interesting. We tested already with an expert of IP field to just understand if it works, like if the patterns that are searched are relevant or it's completely trash. So we tested it with people who understand the legal language, and now we are testing with those who have no clue what is patents.
Oh, really?
Okay. And I'm pretty scared how it's
So
going to go.
who is your target user? Are more like the experts or non-experts?
No, non-experts. We have our target users. One is the inventors, researchers, the tech startups, whatever. So those who invent exactly. And the second persona is funds, deep tech funds, because they have all the disclosures of idea. I mean, they need to validate if it makes sense or not makes sense. But they also are not a legal expert. So
interesting.
The whole success will depend if people who had no clue about patents could effectively use the platform. And that's what we're going to discover next week.
Congrats, yeah, that's exciting. So, but the platform is actually working.
Yeah, it actually works.
So you built it, basically.
Yeah, we built it, I mean, with like Google AI Studio, and then someone built on top of it. It's very far from what it should be, in a sense that, I don't know, different connected models perform differently. We have no security, and we work with disclosures of ideas. So there is whole... it's a small, even though it's a working platform in terms of you insert and you get result, in terms of what it should be, it's
still early days, so it's good. You didn't spend too much time. Good. Good luck. Next.
We also have a platform that is working. We now have like a full universe of stocks, indices, commodities from the European, Asian, and US markets. So all the data of different companies can be analyzed already, essentially. We now need to implement the educational part properly, and also the AI part with the chatbot, and do some last tests with the inside there's a system that seeks investment opportunities for you, just making sure that everything works. We did also last week, and after that we contacted some finance groups in different universities, because we want to create a focus group, right? We like people from each finance club actually testing it and letting us know like anything that they think can be improved or should be
good point. But what are the top 2 things that you want to test?
We want to test, first of all, if the way the data is summarized or the way like the information is conveyed is actually good and people can understand what we're talking about. And then also for the educational part, if like the whole steps of it's not like video lessons, right? It's like little arguments being explained every time like somebody wants to unlock a new area. You need first to see this little part of information to see if it actually works as an instrument for education.
Okay, so you're testing the summary part and the education part.
Yeah.
I mean, you want, ideally, I mean, on this MVP. But it sounds a bit more than MVP to me, but maybe I'm wrong.
What do you mean, like?
It seems like more than an MVP, like you built much more than MVP.
Probably we did, yeah.
Because you have, I mean, I don't know, I'm just guessing, but you mentioned like 3, 4, 5 things. So that's why I ask you what are the top 2, because it's difficult to sometimes to do less as a founder, because these are all our babies, right? We want them, we want to make them, well and be successful. But sometimes, yeah, I would recommend not having more than 2, 3 features for your MVP. If you have more than, ideally 1 actually, 2 features, probably it's difficult to test. Okay. But I may be wrong.
Because we have like a lot of tools inside of it. Like it's not just education.
How long have you been doing this?
Since October.
Okay, so
October.
Yeah, not much. But yeah, maybe we can discover more later. Thank you.
Probably.
Thank you. Next.
So we have as well like the function software V1, which has like a database of all the Italian companies with all the financials, and from there with AI and mathematical algorithms, it searches against a mandate criteria that the analyst inputs. Now I guess from the CEO, I'm searching for my company to acquire company X for this reason. It finds the companies, and then it can do like deeper analysis on the single companies or compare them and see if there is a strategic fit for M&A. And what we're doing right now, since a month or a couple of weeks, is that we're already doing demos with companies, which gave us really positive feedback, and we have like 7 or 8 letters of intent.
Okay.
They're non-bindable for now because we don't have the data depth for them to make to say to us like, okay, we're gonna pay you.
What's missing? What's the data gap?
It's like we have all the Italian companies, but with like the bare minimum financials, and they need like company structure, deeper financials. Like they need full bilancios, I don't know.
Yeah, balance sheets.
Exactly.
Yeah, reports.
And we don't have that because it costs a lot of money to acquire them.
I see.
And so we're in this loop that we have the non-bindable letter of intents because we're getting like stiamo suscitando interesse.
Yeah.
But they're saying acquire the data first and then we'll pay you. And so for the acquiring the data, we need the money, and there's this loop. So we're kind of stuck here, but we have a lot of interest from clients.
That's good.
We did some like 15 demos, and we got 8 or 9 lawyers. I don't know.
That's good.
I don't remember.
I mean, you're a bit further probably compared to others, maybe because you already did the validation last batch.
We didn't want to stay stuck.
So it's good. So you've, if I remember correctly, did you validate the problem at the time in the customer segment for you?
Yeah, we did validate with an MVP, and the idea was born like inside the deal rooms because it was our internship.
I remember, yeah.
We were already building like a solution for an M&A company who had
consulting. Yeah.
We talked to people; they all had the same problem, and there were competitors doing something similar, and so we knew that the problem was there. We just started.
So now you are in the phase of. Well, but you said you've built already kind of a solution, but you're getting LOIs, right?
Yeah.
So what do you do in the demo? You show the solution, or
we're doing full demos. I don't know. We're creating long lists. We asked them the LOI to validate because Zeno and Timothy asked us to validate the idea on the market, like in a concrete way. But also we're doing like partnerships with them, like design partnerships. So they asked us to build some long list for them and like match, like compare the normal analyst work with us, and we need to start doing that. So building long lists and compare them.
What's a long list?
Then it's the list of company targets that you present to the CEO you're working for the company you're searching the company to acquire for. Essentially. Sorry.
The target list of targets. Okay, cool. Yeah, it makes sense. I mean,
but we're stuck here because we don't have the data. So
I know, but can you? I mean, It's always difficult, I know, but can you ask them to? It's like a Tesla. If you want a Tesla, you need to pay a deposit, right? It's difficult at the beginning, but asking for money before you build the product, as we said before, that would be the best. Because again, if they really want it, and you're asking them not $50,000 probably, you can ask them, I don't know, 500 euro. I don't know, maybe, or whatever you think is good for you. Yeah, I mean, 10% of the annual recurrent revenue. Let's say if you charge, how much you want to charge per year, you know?
It depends on the plan.
Yeah. Well, let's
The
say
max plan it's
5K.
1,500 a month.
Okay, so let's say, yeah, 15K. Maybe
Yeah,
you,
15K.
you can ask for maybe 1K for deposit, so you can start getting some, real feedback,
Yeah.
real proof, and then you go and buy the data. I'm not sure if it's enough. Maybe $10,000 to buy the data, but at least you have a proof. You go to an investor, you say,
The problem is that it's at least like 30K.
yeah, but if you
to
then,
reach all the data we need.
I understand, but if you get 10K, then you have a proof, and you can go to an investor
Yeah,
or someone, and they give you the money because they don't think you're a fool. They think you're actually smart, and we have a contract. They already pay $1,000. I just need $20 to transform that into $150,000. Everybody's gonna say yes because you have the proof that you're gonna convert into annual contract. So it could work. It's tough, but that's some people can make it. Yeah, that's good.
Okay, thank you.
Good luck. Yeah, next.
Ours is like, photomat. Photomat.
Photomat?
Photomat, yeah. Ours, it's like that one, but for like people or like students that have like learning disorders.
Sorry, Photomat, you mean the photo booth? No.
No, it's a software
Okay.
that with a PDP, that's piano di apprendimento personalizzato,
Okay.
helps the students study
Okay.
and correct their mistake while they're studying.
Okay.
So they take a photo, they speak with the eye, and that's like, yeah.
Cool. So that's your solution or the existing solution?
No, my solution.
Okay. Okay. Is a
Photomat is the existing solution, or like Anastasis is the existing solution, but it's old, like Anastasis, it's old,
Okay.
and the like UI design and UX design is not DSL friendly and not up to the times, and they don't have an AI ecosystem integrated in
cool. So what's your MVP again? Thank you for explaining because I'm not very familiar with the sector.
Yeah.
What's your MVP?
So the MVP, it's I don't know. It's difficult to explain. It's because it's a difficult structure because it has many layers.
But it's a software or
Yeah,
what?
it's software.
Okay. So you built the software, kind of.
Yeah, an AI integrated. with
Okay,
AI.
cool. So you have something working. Would you say it's a full-fledged product or still like
No, we're still
features?
developing it. We need to validate what's more, what is going to work more in this sector.
Okay. Well, we'll discover later. Thank you. Who is your customer and the problem you're solving? I am very curious, but for now, yeah, that's good. Thank you. Next.
Actually, we do not have already the MVP. We built a landing page for understanding if explaining the problem we are solving, our solution, and in the landing page there is, for example, a demo of how we imagine our final product, and there is a call to action inside the landing page. But
How did you make the demo?
that's only a visual representation of the future software. Actually,
Cool.
do not work.
That's good. I mean, I think that's smart, but did you get any proof or not?
No, already no, because it's not published already the landing page.
Okay. What are you waiting for?
We are waiting to finish it.
Okay.
Offer it. Yes.
Cool.
Like.
Hopefully not more than an MVP. No, I'm kidding.
Sorry?
Hopefully not more than an MVP. Hopefully not to. Don't do it too perfect. I was just kidding.
Okay.
But yeah. No, hopefully is almost ready to be launched.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
I think in a couple of weeks.
That's perfect. Yeah. Don't make it perfect.
No. Okay.
I'm kidding, but that's what I'm teaching. So of course you understand. Let's go next.
Our MVP is an AI agent, vocal AI agent that is capable of understanding human language properly in the forms like when you're ordering a takeaway pizza, like you can choose from the menu or add stuff, um, eliminate stuff from the pizza, and that's the hardest part for now. And then we are looking to implement it with a phone service provider, so like Twilio.
Yes.
So you can call a real number and then
Yeah.
the agent is able to respond itself.
That's good. I didn't understand the pizza thing. Can you say it again?
Yeah, because right now we have an agent that is able to understand what you're saying, what you're ordering, what's on the menu, what is not on the menu. But the real challenge as of now is that, for example, in our experience, when you order something, every person has different tastes. So, for example, if you order a pizza, you want to add spice salami or leave or get rid of it from the pizza, and that's the hardest part, to let the agent understand if you want to add something, leave something. And
yeah. So sorry to interrupt you. Is this working on the website of the customer or
no,
any website?
No, it's I have a proper agent in a
Your laptop.
web page.
Okay, so it's working just on test, the
It's
sandbox.
just
Okay, so you're building the scraper, let's say the agent who finds the pizza ingredients and blah, blah, blah. And then the next step is to connect with a voice kind of agent.
No?
Okay.
It already has a voice.
Okay.
It's already a voice agent.
Okay, you just need to connect the APIs with Twilio. Okay, cool. So the MVP is what's your MVP?
A voice agent that is able to collect orders from clients.
So you want to do the product, kind of.
Yeah.
How do you know people want it?
Because we searched a little bit, and a competitor raised last week $60 million in the US just to answer phone calls to reserve tables in restaurants.
Okay. What's the name of the company? What's the name?
Slang.
Slang. Okay, good.
And we're adding some features that could be important, because I mean it's a bit limited just to collect tables.
Cool. So you're looking at competitors to understand
to better what competitors.
Yeah, and then do it in Italy. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Could be useful. But yeah, maybe as they did probably, you could have a landing page showing the product. You have it. Okay.
Yeah.
So did you get any feedback? Sign up on the landing page?
Not yet, because we have some visitors of the page from the United States, some from Italy, but we didn't yet receive some.
Not yet. Okay.
Emails.
But did you talk did you go to pizzerias and show them the demo? I mean, show them the landing page?
No, not yet.
Not yet. Okay,
Because
maybe.
It's like we did it.
Yeah.
2 days ago.
Okay, 2 days is good. Okay, next.
We already have a prototype for our platform B2B, and for now we have the project will start inside the market of Sardinia, the wholesale market of Sardinia.
Sardinia.
The market of Sesti.
Why Sardinia? Why did you choose Sardinia?
Because the project is born with a partnership of the Coagri, which is the ente gestore of the market.
Okay.
So it will start geographically here, and we developed the platform. Okay. So you can have the access as a professional client. So if you want to buy from wholesalers.
Yeah.
And we want to validate the delivery service. I mean, because on the side of the client, probably the main aspect that they want to have the guarantee. I mean, is the quality of the delivery. On the other side,
so the professional care.
From now, the problem is that all the clients, if they want to supply inside the market, they have to physically go in the working hour of the market, which is like 3 a.m. to 6 a.m.
The wholesaler market is 3 a.m. to 6 a.m.
Mercato generale.
Yeah, super late, super early. Yeah.
Yes, exactly. And a lot of clients refuse to go to supply themselves in the market for like these unconventional hours.
Yeah.
And on the other side, if you log in as a wholesalers, you have a dashboard that you can organize all the orders that the clients do, because wholesalers receive every day like dozens of orders, but in fragmented channel. Most of them we find out that most of the orders they do like with WhatsApp, other with phone, mails.
Yeah.
It's a lot messy.
So again, your MVP is the platform is already built?
Yes.
Okay.
It would be, I mean, it would have been to present to the market like the last week, but probably we'll have to.
And but did you build an MVP before, or is this your MVP?
This is our MVP.
Okay. How long have you been working on this?
1 year.
Okay. So how do you know it's a problem?
We validate with some qualitative and quantitative research. We did some survey on the side of wholesalers, so we interview like half of the wholesaler of the market of Sesto. They're like 67 bucks, okay, but in general, the wholesalers are 40, something like that, and we have 6 of them as a partner.
Okay.
And on the side of retailers, we had a survey of like 400 clients, and we validated.
So you have some validation.
Yeah, not
before building this.
For the product, we are waiting for the external validation.
But you validated the problem.
The problem, yes.
Yes. Okay. Cool. You didn't show anything to your partners while you were building this. Did you show something?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. So they are part of the building process.
Yes, exactly.
That can be useful. Good. Thank you. Next.
So we have an MVP.
See?
So we build a functional app because it was for a challenge. So we already developed the product based on a need for the different clients. But it was a B2C solution because we aimed for a no-profit market. But then doing the Pre-Accelerator, we decided that it wasn't sustainable because we needed to go on the public. So for example, Regione Veneto and so. So we decided to do a pivot to the B2C market. And now we are aiming for companies because while we were doing the presentation, a lot of companies, like for example Allianz, Banca Ifis, etc., they told us that they wanted to have this solution inside their companies. So we validated in this way our product. So we have like the infrastructure and how the app works, but we have not deterred the solution for the companies right now. So we validated
Okay.
that.
So you took part to a competition, like a hackathon. You created this. It was so did you have users before, like B2C or not?
No, we tried ourselves. So we have we were like 4 or 5 users in the test ambient. But we didn't we showed the app to a lot of people, and we received feedback on what to add, what to do, and what to remove.
Okay.
But we don't have right now any client. So.
And you talked to B2B, to businesses like Allianz, you said, and then you got feedback from them.
Yeah, we got some feedback to them, but we didn't receive we didn't thought about, for example, a letter of intent or something like that. That if we develop the product, they will buy it. So I think that's the reasonable way to do the product, maybe.
So I'm a bit confused. So what's your MVP? Did you build something or not?
Yeah, we have a functional app.
Okay.
And the core is like, for example, someone write a diary, and the artificial intelligence is able to recognize violence patterns inside of it.
Okay.
And this can be used with everything. So, for example, we can even upload chat inside the WhatsApp.
Okay.
And the AI can trace violence pattern because it's trained on data.
Okay, and you have proof. You said the verbal proof that companies want it, not LOIs, but verbal. Okay, good. Yeah. How long did it take to build your app?
The first prototype, 4 hours, but then we built it in 1 month.
Okay, cool. I mean, they all sound a bit more than MVP to me sometimes, apart from a couple of them that are just, landing pages, which is good. But I also guess that now with AI, of course, you can build you can build much faster, and you can be like almost like a product at the same time you build a landing page. But that doesn't mean that we should do it. Actually, I really admire people who get money without building something, not because they are mean people, but because actually it actually follows the idea that, you know, most of us are gonna fail. It's a fact. Like the law of failure, as they speak in this video, like 95% of startups that don't make it. So why should we build something that, statistically speaking, is not gonna go? I mean, it's gonna be your baby, but it's not gonna be successful. So, well, unless you really like it and it's a passion project. But yeah, if you wanna actually eventually be profitable, make money, make something, we should not spend time on building products. But yeah, good job so far on your stuff. Let's move forward on now the juicy part. Did you do it? Cool. I'm not sure, but we may have time actually to hear from you. But actually, before having you to tell me about this and present it, I would like you to focus on 2 boxes, because every box is what? A hypothesis, unless you validated it and you tell me, I validated it, I have this data, this number, and cool, perfect. But yeah, everything we say is like, I think they would like it, oh, they will love it. These are all assumptions, right? And as we said before, we want to get the proof. And the one instrument we use, I mean, I personally use, but if you have others, let me know, is this table that some of you have already seen probably. And I would like to focus on the first 2. Do you have it on your laptop? No? I think Allegra shared that, no? Okay. Do you have it? Can you ask Allegra to send it? Do you have a group chat, I guess? A WhatsApp? I don't have your WhatsApp, but I could share it with you. If, can you ask Allegra, maybe, please? So you can do it on your laptop, and the idea is to give you 5 minutes or more to fill the validation board. Focus on the customer and the problem. Majorly, you already have it, but if you have improved it since last time and you have more clarity, that's perfect. I hope to hear more clarity maybe. And also find your riskiest assumption. What's the riskiest assumption? So do you want to try to explain it? Maybe you remember from last time. What's the...
But we...
Alberto, what's
we
the...
eventually need to redo it because a lot of things
changed. You changed? Okay. But do you remember what's the riskiest assumption?
Our riskiest assumption.
Well, yeah, maybe yours, yeah.
That the risky assumption is that we're considering that companies, I don't know, will actually pay for our product, for our solution, that the market is actually interested in our solution, but we sort of validated it.
Yeah. No, it's just to explain the others what's that, because we are all going to do it now.
Yeah, the risky assumption would be that assumption that if you're wrong about it, the startup fails.
Very good. Yeah. So did you hear Alberto? So let me know if you have any question, because now you're going to do it. So who is your customer? Be very specific. I don't want to hear financial institutions or agricultural, like restaurants. For Speed Legal, our users are companies between 1 and 250 full-time employees. They don't have a legal team, or they have 1-person army. They have at least 10 contracts per month to review, and they're spending ideally $10,000 per month in legal counsels, outside counsel like law firms. So that's very specific, right? So use some demographics, so age, sex, I mean, just demographics. Then psychographics. So how are they thinking about the market? And then behaviors. Are they on Twitter? Are they on the latest tech? Are they more like artistic people, more creative? So try to define your persona. So more specific, better. Then the problem. The problem needs to be very, very specific again to your customer. Just try to close your eyes and visualize yourself in the shoes of your customer. Maybe some of you are already the customer, which is great. But if you're not the customer of your product, try to think how they feel and what they need. Go.
For the one about the double side market, you have to focus on our
both. You need
target.
for both. Ideally both. because you need to test both, right? Eventually, you want both. If you don't have enough time, just do the one who is the first that you want to onboard into your platform.
Okay.
And again, problems, if you have a story about your problem and customer, is perfect. So for example, for us, think about Alice, who is a CFO of a startup who just raised a Series B. They're getting a lot of contracts, but they don't have a legal team. So Alice is actually looking on LinkedIn, scrolling, and she saw a post about Speed Legal. And Speed Legal is telling them how to review an NDA. She really likes the content. She clicked on the website, and guess what? She found out that they have a free trial for 2 contracts. She tried, she loved the review, and she sent a link to their boss, and they bought a subscription. So if you can do this for your startup, like tell a story, who is the actor, customer, what's the struggle, how they found you, that's already something that you found on the link canvas, the channel, and then how they convert into paying customer and maybe how much they pay. But so basically, yeah, problems are not just functional, they're also emotional, as you know, and social, like social pressure. I need to do it because by the end of the month, my investors want to know how many sales I've done. So I need to actually close the contract. So Speed Legal helps me to close the contract before the end of the month. So think about the different aspects about your problem, and not just the problem for the person, but the impact for the business. How much money are they losing? How much money are they making with your product? And so, as Alberto said, the riskiest assumption is, well, you can have it for different aspects of the link canvas that you have, but for now, try to think about the riskiest assumption about the customer and problem pair that you're going to work on. So for us, for example, the problem is time, money, and knowledge about reading contracts for these people that I told you before. So the riskiest assumption is that, for example, that they actually care about contracts. Because if I don't care about contract and I just sign it and just, okay, it's going to be fine, that's our riskiest assumption, that people care about contracts, signing contracts. Because if they don't care, why are we struggling about this customer segment or that problem that you're having? So think about your riskiest assumption that, okay, not this way. Okay, the other way around. The riskiest assumption that that could make your business fail. So what's the assumption that would basically, if it's not proven, everything falls apart. Okay? You have you have it? Perfect.
Just make a copy and use it.
Well, it should already be a link with a copy, right? If they click on the link, it should trigger them to copy it. No? Oh, no?
We can copy ourselves.
Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah, you go to the file.
Oh, Tommaso and Tom, do you have any questions?
First of all, you will copy onto the file. Thank you. You just fill it.
Tommaso, can you hear me? See? But can they see us?
Yeah, no, you can see them, but
Oh, they can see us. Okay, cool. Oh, that's nice.
now you're presenting.
There are 2 cameras.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
No,
On the back, on the back, on the back. Yeah.
That's the camera of the computer.
Yes. Se vuoi ti faccio vedere un modo per condividere il Google Sheet. Guarda.
La condivisione.
No, ma ti faccio, la prossima volta sti capite, guarda. Prendi questo Google Sheet. No, vai sul link. Yes. E alla fine posso usare il computer? Alla fine, forse lo sai già, però c'è un trick che ti permette di... no, però non sai. Vedi, qua al posto di edit, guarda, tu scrivi copy.
E ti manda una copia.
Incollalo sul browser, per favore. Come ti trovi con Arc?
Bellissimo.
Non male. Vedi? Se tu lo condividi così, tutte le persone devono per forza copiarlo. Quindi, ti conviene condividerlo così la prossima volta se ti capita?
Sì, che non ho condiviso.
No, insomma, allegra.
Non
Insomma.
si può fare da qua, devi fare solo dal link.
No, da qua è diverso. No, devi farlo come ti ho spiegato io. Cioè, devi andare sull'URL e cambiare l'edit into copy. Se metti copy te lo fa da solo.
Avrei chiamato
If you have any question, let me know, of course, guys. I'm here to help you, so...
Ecco, spreco di energia, spreco di acqua. E basta. Tipo è uscito 6 euro, con 44 euro di spesa. Non è che arrivate 10 euro per dare questo.
Anche te hai un tuo progetto di startup? Oh.
No, ora come ora no.
Al momento no.
Cioè, vabbè, ho mille idee, ma quello sì.
Sì.
Però come startup da portare avanti io.
Al momento no. Ne hai tante da seguire, quindi... No, dico ne hai tante da aiutare, quindi magari è un po' di più difficile.
Sì, però non mi sono messo giù proprio
Ancora no, ok.
mille idee. Giocando adesso con un'idea.
Con cosa?
Nicchia, come code, solo per provare come funziona.
Quale cloud code usi? No.
Sì, è solo per un'idea un po' strana.
Capire cosa funziona.
Come funziona.
Sì, fai bene.
Funzionamento strafigo. Però da portare avanti una startup non penso.
Cosa stai testando adesso? In che ambito?
Ma perché è una cosa di iniziativa sulla pesca. Non so se ti piace pescare.
Oh, vedevo che avevi una foto. Ho visto che avevi una foto sul background, vero?
Sì. Però tipo
non conosco bene, sono stato un paio di volte, ma con un amico. È interessante.
Tipo la l'intelligenza artificiale, no? È tipo, ci sono 1000 varianti che tu non sai mai veramente quanto, cioè se stai usando quella giusta, condizioni giuste, condizioni meteo giuste,
Ah, dai.
il colore, il tipo. E quindi tipo un'analisi in base al GPS e le condizioni meteo e ovviamente anche quanto si vede nell'acqua, tipo quanto scura è, quanto chiara è,
Ah, sì?
analizza e ti dice tutto il colore.
Ma quindi con degli occhiali come fa?
No, GPS, tutti i dati del meteo prendo il GPS. Dopo volevo provare a cercare un metodo come analizzare bene l'acqua, però quello è manuale perché dipende sempre
Ci vuole un device?
Sì, oppure ho pensato a una foto,
È una foto.
però non so quanto bene lo faccia e per adesso è manuale quella parte lì. Però i risultati sono fighi, però dopo non so come, cioè penso di portarla avanti perché comunque è abbastanza di nicchia.
Bravo, beh, insomma.
Solo per provare come funzionava Code.
Sì, infatti.
Sì, è venuta bene.
E ti ha sorpreso?
Sì, l'ho anche fatto.
Hai già fatto qualcosa?
Sì, è quello che mi ha dato Code, adesso sto mettendo da prendere.
Ah, sì? Come sta andando, ragazzi? Abbastanza messi bene? Cosa è finito? La domanda? Arrivo subito. Domanda?
Sì, per quanto riguarda la solution, devo fare una specifica per...
No, aspettiamo, adesso non ci serve.
Ah,
Facciamo solo
quindi due.
customer and problem, sì.
Ok, perché ora...
Sì, no, saltiamo, fai solo l'assumption su quello che è il problema per il tuo cliente. Perché è un problema per loro? Cioè, ragazzi, non fate la solution, il box della solution, non fatelo. Fate solo customer, problem e assumption. Sì. È chiaro più o meno? Sì. Cioè, perché è un problema per loro? E quella è l'assumption. L'assumption.
Non è tipo il problema che what is the problem? Cioè cosa cambia tra assumption e the problem?
Bella domanda. No, è una bella domanda. Il problem è il problema che ha il tuo cliente. L'assumption è perché...
Perché dovrebbe scegliere noi per risolvere il
No,
problema?
quella è la soluzione. Cioè, la domanda è perché quello è un problema per il cliente. Cioè, non è facile da capire, però cioè, se togli quel mattoncino crolla tutto. Come dicevo prima io, se il problema è che fare la review dei contratti prende tempo e richiede conoscenza anche legale per il mio customer.
L'assumption è che i clienti adesso fanno questo e invece...
Scusa?
Cioè l'assumption era come avevi detto che i clienti lo fanno a mano e quindi...
No, l'assumption è che il contratto è binding, cioè è elegante, cioè nel senso che crea rapporti giuridici e quindi può essere perseguito e quindi la gente ci tiene a firmarli bene. Se quello non fosse vero, cadrebbe il palco, chiaramente no.
Per esempio,
Quindi,
posso chiedere perché ad esempio noi abbiamo il problema che all'interno dei posti di lavoro ci sono ambienti tossici, per esempio mobbing, stress, conflitti interni che non sono risolti e la nostra applicazione dovrebbe aiutare a risolvere questa cosa, cioè potrebbe essere che...
Sì, ma non pensare alla soluzione adesso, ti ripeto come diceva anche lui.
Ah no, sì, ma l'abbiamo fatto copia e incolla dalla canvas che l'avevamo fatto la
ok,
scorsa
beh,
volta.
lascialo lì, ma adesso non ci serve comunque.
E cioè noi potremmo mettere tipo per esempio che l'assumption è che le aziende la comprano perché hanno bisogno di investire obbligatoriamente per legge in progetti di diversità.
Sì, ma non parliamo, ma il soggetto è la comprano cosa, la soluzione. Tu devi dirmi perché il problema è un problema per i tuoi clienti, cioè qual è l'assumption dietro il fatto che deve esistere il tuo business, il potenziale business che vuoi
le
creare.
aziende sono obbligate a investire in questo settore dalla legge?
Ma noi diciamo, scusa, facciamo che uno, che i form non funzionano, due, che se no la gente dopo si licenzia e quindi le persone devono investire
Quindi
per formare, esatto.
Sì, l'assumption è che alle aziende interessi che la gente non si licenzi, ad esempio, non so, qualcosa del genere. Sì.
E quindi come assumption non può essere che le aziende sono obbligate a investire in diversity inclusion?
Non ho capito bene, sinceramente, dopo ascolterò meglio il vostro problema e il cliente, però potrebbe anche essere, se non ho capito bene, che il cliente è il problema.
Quello che per esempio Serenis o uno bravo non riesce a fare, ovvero quello di intercettare le situazioni di
mentre accadono, cioè prima che accadano.
Prima che accadano, esatto, prevenire, perché i dipendenti scrivono un diario emotivo.
Sì. Quindi l'assumption potrebbe essere che è un problema per le persone veramente, cioè che ci sono dei riscontri negativi in termini di, non so, suicidi piuttosto che
turnover aziendale,
raping, quelle cose lì, e quindi sì, cioè che succedono veramente, oppure anche si turnover aziendale, che si licenzino, che legalmente devono, anche legalmente potrebbe essere sì una buona assumption. Sì.
Cioè perché sono progetti che le aziende devono effettivamente investire perché devono tenere abbastanza punti.
Sì, però quando parli di progetti mi viene in mente la tua soluzione. Stavo ancora cercando di lavorare sul vostro problema prima di arrivare alla soluzione, quindi cercate di focalizzarvi, siete assieme voi tre? No, ho capito? Pensavo foste assieme, no, ok, scusate. Sì, cercate di focalizzarvi sul problema. Cercate, se la frase inizia con il soggetto è la vostra soluzione, non ci serve, non va bene adesso. È difficile, però cercate di farlo, perché vi permette di andare in profondità sul problema e sulla psicologia dietro il problema, e dopo chiaramente la soluzione verrà di conseguenza poi.
Ok, ma secondo te è utile fare un collegamento per cercare di trovare l'assumption giusta? Cioè fare un collegamento tra l'assumption e forse le barriere all'entrata che c'hai più alte, cioè nel senso per l'adozione del tuo prodotto? Cioè perché per esempio nel nostro caso, cioè per effettivamente avere un successo nell'utilizzo di questo prodotto dovrebbero, cioè i grossisti, che è comunque la filiera agroalimentare è caratterizzata molto da dinamiche molto tradizionali, un settore abbastanza retrogrado. Dovrei convincere i grossisti a lavorare in una maniera in cui non hanno mai lavorato prima, comunque con uno strumento digitale, che, cioè, quindi la mia assumption potrebbe essere, cioè, per capire, i grossisti sono disposti ad imparare il proprio lavoro con uno strumento che non oppure uno strumento digitale.
Benissimo. Sono aperti.
Quello che fa crollare tutto, cioè questa è la barriera più grande che abbiamo.
Ha senso, cioè la predisposizione mentale del grossista ad ascoltarti, ad esempio, no? O ad usare una tecnologia. E naturalmente più specifica è meglio, perché allora tutti potrebbero dire sì, vabbè, allora la predisposizione ad accettare la mia soluzione, però più che la soluzione direi ecco, senza usare la parola soluzione, perché come dicevo anche loro non cerchiamo di pensare alla soluzione, magari sono aperti potrebbe essere con metodi alternativi, magari anche tecnologici.
Metodi alternativi. Per rendere
Ho capito cosa tu dici per barriere all'ingresso, cioè tu vuoi dire non ci sono grandi. Sì, ho capito. Sì, ci può stare secondo me. Sì. Pensane a 2 o 3 di queste, e quella che dopo ti sembra la più rischiosa butterla dentro, perché magari ci sono altre assunzioni, non so, un'altra assunzione che non so, i grossisti appunto non vogliono cambiare il modo di fare il lavoro, oppure il vostro è un software, non c'è la soluzione, ma il problema qui dovrebbe essere, ricordami il problema qual è?
Il problema è che, vabbè, allora, per i grossisti è che poi noi, allora, con Timothy abbiamo parlato, lui ci stava facendo un discorso su concentrarci, magari, cioè trovare il nostro customer che tra i due, diciamo, porti il valore, cioè il nostro modello di business su chi deve adressare prima di tutto. Perché magari tipo come Uber lo sono, anche se funziona grazie ai clienti che prenotano le guide, alla fine Uber intercetta i guidatori per poter far funzionare il modello. E noi abbiamo pensato che per noi è la stessa cosa con i grossisti, perché da noi d'altra parte sia sono customer, ma anche tra virgolette anche possiamo intendere anche come partner,
sì.
Capito? E poi
quindi ha senso?
Tipo il retailer, come dicevo prima, magari c'è quello che gli arriva, gli risolve un problema enorme, il fatto che magari non si deve svegliare 4 ore prima per andare prima al mercato, prendersi la roba, controllare la qualità, controllare
ma qual è il problema per i grossisti ancora? Ripetimelo.
Per i grossisti è il fatto che devono gestire una dozzina di ordini ogni giorno
su WhatsApp, così
frammentati. Non hanno una previsione della domanda accurata, non sanno quanto devono comprare dai produttori, perché non sanno quanti clienti andranno ad acquistare.
Però ecco, io più che dire l'assumption è sono aperti ad usare una tua soluzione, cioè ad usare tecnologia, direi il problema è che pensano che quello che tu stai dicendo è vero, cioè è caotico il loro sistema attuale di gestione della messaggistica, perché metti che gli piace, vogliono usare WhatsApp.
Perché lavorano di notte, cioè lavorano veramente una marea.
No, però la tua assumption che devi testare, o l'hai già testata in questo esercizio, è quella di dire l'assumption è che per loro è un problema quello che tu dici che è un problema, e cioè WhatsApp è un problema, frammentazione della messaggistica e poi gli altri problemi che hai citato, cioè quello lo vedrei come un assumption del problema, che è un problema per loro. La soluzione è il prossimo step in cui dopo tu vai a mettere. Scusami, puoi andare dall'altra parte?
Sì, certo.
E la soluzione dopo quando abbiamo validato, ce l'hai già fatta la tua?
Scusami,
tranquillo.
faccelo su Miro, sei sempre quello.
Ok. E dopo quando tu avrai validato che questo è un problema per questa persona, facendo gli esercizi sotto. Il prossimo colonna, tu andrai a mettere qual è la tua soluzione qui. Quindi per questa persona che ha questo problema, abbiamo validato che è un problema, perché abbiamo fatto i test. Ora facciamo una soluzione con MVP e dopo è lì che metterai magari come assumption sulla tua soluzione il fatto che sono aperti ad usare, non so, una soluzione i cui dati vanno su un server in America, non lo so.
Prima di definire la soluzione dici...
Sì, no, perché come dicevo che allora non pensate alla soluzione, pensate a sta prima che siamo al problema. Perché una volta che abbiamo il problema in mente, dopo la soluzione è facile. Cioè è facile.
Ora come ora sarebbe tipo i grossisti non sono più disposti a lavorare, a gestire i propri clienti attraverso canali frammentati.
Questo sì. O quello di lavorare la notte è un'assumption perché metti che a loro piace lavorare la notte. Ma tu sai che non è vero, però è un'assumption. Perché metti che qualcuno si è abituato a fare il turno di notte e ha due lavori, magari la mattina fa un lavoro e la sera, cioè scusami, il pomeriggio fa un lavoro e la notte fa un altro, quindi al double income. Sto facendo degli esempi, no? Quindi non è vero che non vogliono lavorare la notte, perché se lavorano di giorno perdono un altro lavoro. Sto facendo dei casi estremi, però quello che voglio dire è focalizziamoci sul problema adesso, non sulla soluzione. Prego. Ragazzi, ci siamo? Ok, top. Allora, da dove partiamo? Vediamo. Dedicate anche un secondo, così facciamo tutto assieme, a pensare a questo step, che sarebbe poi quello dopo, ma facciamo tutto assieme così non vi faccio uscire 2 volte a presentare. E vi do altri 2 minuti, se non l'avete già fatto, per anche mettere, dato questo cliente problema, qual è l'assumption che abbiamo già capito, magari per voi mergerli, fatelo sulla soluzione se volete, piuttosto che sul problema, vedete voi se ci avete già la soluzione. Però per gli altri non parliamo di soluzione, anche se ce l'avete, perché ricordatevi come vi hanno detto anche quelli prima, immagino. Cioè se ci innamoriamo del nostro problema, dopo tutto il resto è facile. Una volta che il problema è chiaro e funziona, la soluzione, come sapete anche voi al giorno d'oggi, è più facile da costruire, no? Quindi focalizziamoci sul problema oggi e poi oltre a dirmi qual è l'assumption, ditemi anche, questo è l'homework poi, spoiler per la settimana, è andare fuori a testarlo questo e portare dei risultati al prossimo speaker o ad Allegra, insomma al team e a Zeno, e quali sono poi i criteri, cioè che avete testato quella cosa che abbiamo detto oggi. Quindi 2 minuti per mettere giù qual è il test che andate a fare e cos'è successo per voi, cosa vuol dire success, e poi venite fuori. Vai. What do you want to learn? How do you want to measure that? And what's the least you can do to test it? So what do you want to learn from the test that you're going to make? How do you want to measure? Some of you have already a test in action. I heard some of the stories, so probably you already have it. But try to make it align to what we have discussed today. So the customer, the problem, and the validation you're making. So even if you have a landing page out there or a product like the patent search, I know you're testing a solution, but try to think, how can you test the problem as well, not just not just the solution of the problem, but so try to think about the learnings you want to get in terms of behaviors that your users are doing when using your product. So again, user-centric more than product-centric, and see what we discover together later. Sì?
Adesso per me
Sì?
abbiamo scoperto simile come tu hai scoperto quello che speed legal, no? stavo lavorando in un'azienda facendo un drafting di documenti, quindi è venuto in mente la compliance, e
Ottimo.
farla a mano è un disastro,
Sì.
come per i documenti penso.
Sì.
Però poi sei riuscito abbiamo fatto vari call con certe aziende, ogni azienda risolve questo problema in maniera diversa e quindi non riusciamo bene a capire, ad identificarlo bene, cioè, sappiamo che
Perché azienda, che tipo di azienda lavoravi? Hai visto?
stiamo lavorando sulle industrie manifatturiere in
Manifatturiere.
Romagna e territorio, Veneto,
Ok.
Emilia Romagna e Lombardia.
E hanno già un team legale o no loro di solito?
Dipende, se sono aziende sui 10-100 dipendenti che al massimo magari un ufficio tecnico
Sì.
che si occupa della compliance, dei technical files,
Ok.
dei vari prodotti che producono, però tipo loro si appoggiano alle agenzie di settore che gli dicono a che leggi fare riferimento e poi il tecnico oppure quell'unico legale che ha all'interno dell'azienda fa tutto però solitamente e poi sì.
E documentazione tecnica, quindi anche non solo contrattualistica, ma anche documentazione tecnica, tipo specifiche tecniche, quelle cose lì?
Esatto.
Sì, esatto.
Anche per esempio report di conformità dei macchinari.
Quindi va un po' fuori dal discorso legale, secondo me. Perché anche noi abbiamo fatto, c'erano delle aziende che ci avevano chiesto, noi siamo più American, cioè US-based company, quindi non abbiamo molte aziende italiane, però c'erano un paio di aziende che ci hanno chiesto tipo, sì, appunto su specifiche dei macchinari e andavano anche in mezzo alle norme CE e tutta quella documentazione ed è una cosa un po' diversa, cioè da quello che facciamo noi, perché noi abbiamo un database di contratti acquisto, vendita, licensing, NDAs, quindi è un prodotto un po' diverso, quindi secondo me c'è spazio, nel senso, la tua domanda qual è però, non ho capito.
È come riuscire a identificare bene questo problema, perché quando pensiamo al problema non comunque essendo in questo settore qua legale o ufficio tecnico, facciamo fatica a capire bene cosa serve alle aziende. Sappiamo che abbiamo questo
ho
problema,
capito.
ogni azienda ci parla di un problema diverso.
Bella domanda, perché voi non siete tecnici immagino, cioè tu cosa facevi per l'azienda, nell'azienda?
Io ero nell'amministrazione,
Ok.
non essendoci un ufficio tecnico sviluppato, si occupava
Chiaro.
dell'amministrazione di dettare
Allora, siete due co-founder, c'è qualcun altro nel team?
No, sono solamente
Cioè, idealmente se avete qualcuno nel vostro team che potrebbe essere anche un tecnico, sarebbe ideale, c'è qualcuno che ha il problema, cioè che lavora in ufficio tecnico per capirci, no? O un legale, se non so nel vostro campo. Oppure tante customer interviews e impari nel campo, cioè parli, ne avete parlato con quanto? Una 5-10 aziende, non so. Dopo un po' però, ecco, 4 è poco. Fanne almeno 20 e vedrai che inizi a vedere un pattern, cioè un minimum con un denominatore. Quando inizi a vedere un minimum con un denominatore, allora vuol dire che, insomma, stai capendo che è la tua cohort, il tuo segmento più giusto con cui focalizzarti e quindi anche le tue chiamate diventano più focalizzate, non perdi tempo con persone che non sai non hanno un problema e ti focalizzi su quelli che hanno il problema e fai più chiamate con quelle persone. Cioè, se non avete chiaro il problema, io direi fate più chiamate.
Pensavamo adesso di fare chiamate magari non con l'azienda, però con un'agenzia legale che adesso si occupa di questo problema con l'azienda, in modo che magari
anche quella?
sta dietro a 20 aziende.
Sì, può essere utile.
Con loro.
Può essere utile anche quello. Sicuramente vi daranno informazioni. Vi vedranno magari un po' come competitor, quindi diranno, vabbè, magari non vi...
Io volevo pormi come studente che fa una ricerca.
Sì, no, va benissimo. Stavo dicendo, magari sì, e quello è un metodo. Sì, ecco. Sicuramente le aziende avranno più passione nel spiegarvi perché vogliono risparmiare soldi e tempo, no? Di legali, mentre il legale ti dirà delle cose ma te le dirà in punta dei piedi.
Ma quando ci facciamo con un'azienda è meglio presentare già il prodotto che abbiamo in mente?
No. Non parlare di prodotto, sennò dicono a me non serve e dopo non ti dicono più niente. Devi dirgli guarda io sto facendo una ricerca di un progetto che ti dirò alla fine, perché sennò ti andrò a influenzare quello che mi dirai. Perché sennò dopo la gente pensa che vuoi vendergli qualcosa o pensa che o dice ma ho già capito cosa vuoi, no ma non funziona, cioè è il bias, no? Cioè tu li influenzi quello che andranno a dirti, invece se dici guarda, perché dopo andrai a chiedere tipo ma quali sono i tuoi problemi nella gestione, non so, dei macchinari, sparo. Ma se tu gli dici già cosa offri, ti daranno una risposta diversa da quello che ti direbbero se non avessi detto cosa fai. Quindi sì, non dirglielo. Cos'altro?
Sì, io invece ho un'altra domanda nella riskiest assumption che forse adesso leggendo questa linea sotto forse mi sono accorto di forse averla sbagliata, ok? Dopo aver scritto il target, il problema, come riskiest assumption io ho messo that companies actually will trust an AI solution to ensure their compliance.
Will trust what?
Will trust an AI solution
Sì?
to ensure their compliance.
questo può andare bene, però io la farei dopo quando parliamo
Infatti,
o
questo
parlerete
è-
della soluzione.
Infatti adesso che hai tirato fuori
No,
il
bravo.
discorso...
Quindi sei già tirato avanti. Pensa se in questi ultimi 2 minuti prima di venire fuori di mettere qual è l'assumption rispetto al problema che avete identificato. Tipo, il problema, non so, è l'inquinamento ambientale e l'assumption è che al tuo cliente gli interessa l'inquinamento ambientale.
Ah, ok.
Perché se non gli interessa l'inquinamento non compra la Vespa elettrica. Cioè, per dire, cioè, capito? Ragazzi, vai. Anna, are you gonna be the first? Well, ladies first, but well, you're actually in the. Or we start from this side. You're not ready?
I can start.
Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay, let's go. Yes, but actually, yeah, you can keep your laptop. We don't need to connect, but just for the purpose of.
There's nothing. These we shouldn't have fill in, or should we?
No.
This one, okay.
Just one. Customer, problem, and assumption.
Yeah, but this I filled it here.
Oh wow, a lot. Perfect. That's perfect.
Okay.
Yeah. So just take the one for each and put it here. Or you don't have to put it, but verbally you can say it.
Okay.
What's the riskiest? What's the most?
Yeah, I know. Okay.
You understand, okay?
Yes.
Guys, listen. Each of you is gonna do this. So, and also let's provide feedback to each other so we make it more interesting. Anna. So if you can make it like a story, a sentence. Yeah, perfect.
Super. So there are research centers that has thousands of researchers working there, and after years of working on the projects, third of all the investment, meaning the salaries, the labs, electricity, whatever, results that researchers do the duplication of the work. So they basically wasted all those money. But poor researchers has no tools to check there. When I spoke with them before validating the problem, they are saying that there is no tool for them to actually check the patents. And if they go to managers of the research centers, they don't have time to look for them. And if they go to the lawyers, it costs 500 euros plus. And but the risk assumption is that now they don't check and they don't have habit to check the patents, even though it's super crucial. What if they wouldn't like to implement it in their workflow? What if, for now, when I spoke with them, they see patents as like a wild forest, and even if they had all the webinars and workshops and everything organized by the institutions, they still don't have a clue how it works. So what if they will have a big rejection that if they don't want to fill in the patent, there is no need to look for the patents outside there?
Okay, so your riskiest assumption is the fact that they don't check?
They don't see the value in checking the patents, and we will not be able to communicate, first thing. But the problem is, actually, the deeper assumption is that does the check of the patents actually will improve the performance of the researcher?
But the researcher is gonna actually, what is gonna do with the patent? Build a product or more like?
No, sometimes it's even just all the invention process. Even if they don't want to fill in the patent, they just do their normal research. If they didn't see what is outside there, they could spend 3 years on finding something that was already found. But they cannot look if it was found or not because they rely only on scientific papers.
I see. So it would change the way they draft their proposals and their scientific.
Everything. It will change all the data they rely on, all the data they should report, the way how they analyze and integrate it to it.
Yeah.
So it would change.
Very good. And so how you want to test that actually they don't know about this and they don't do it?
I would. No, this is the data that only 30%
Okay,
of the
you have it,
research
okay.
for it. It depends, of course, on different countries and everything, but that's the general overview, and it's confirmed from. I interviewed like 50 researchers.
50?
50, and it confirmed. So
You already did it.
Yeah, I already did.
And how many out of 50 confirm that it's a problem for them? Or
only those who were actually planning to fill in the patent, and I had like 10 more or less.
okay, so
people.
10 were actually filing a patent and they found a need. I mean, they had a need.
Yeah, but the problem is that when I present this project, most of the people think that the problem arises only when you want to fill in the patent. But actually, even it's too late if you check for the patents before filling, because you already did 3 years of research and invest a lot of time.
So your assumption is, will they care before filing?
Exactly.
And did you test it? Not yet.
No.
How do you want to test this?
First of all, I want to understand if it actually will help them, even if they are not, because by the market and by all the, how can I say, other researchers based on how to do research say it will be helpful. In reality, we don't know. So I want to build all these use cases and success stories of people who actually start to use patent databases as the early stage of the research and how it influenced their research process.
Cool. And how are you going to do this?
I have 10 researchers from IIT, Italian Institute of Technology, who are going to test it this next week and see how it's going to work. Hopefully.
Nice.
And another story is of the validator of the Deep Tech Fund that has these 100 plus disclosures per year, but it's all from different industries and they have no clue if it's actually makes sense, this solution. But in order to check, they need to pay the lawyer, and it costs quite a lot. So as a result, they have such a big risk that solution they invest in gonna be, they could not even commercialize because someone already patented.
Okay. So it's helping them prevent invest in something which is already patented.
Yes, but it's again about the assumption is that are they gonna look at it as an early stage? Because right now the pipeline is like they have these 100 things and then they do first screening without any patents, and then at the very late stage they do due diligence with actual lawyers investing a lot. The assumption is, will it help them to do this to do the patent due diligence with AI at the early stage? And so when I spoke with the 3 funds, they were like, yes, we would like to try, but they still didn't invest. They didn't buy.
They didn't put money yet. Yeah.
So I'm not sure if it's more like nice add-on or it's actually decreasing the risk.
Interesting. And so what do you want to do next with them, with the funds, the deep tech?
I want to go through an exact batch. For instance, we run an accelerator, exponential science, and in the requirements of the participants, because I did the screening, was like nice if they have an IP. And I spoke with their founders, like, why do you ask for IP? Like, did you actually check if the participants had an IP? Because we did all the elevator pitch and everything, and no one checks for IP. And why is in your description there is an IP and you actually don't check for it? And I was like, oh, we actually don't have any money for checking it, etc. And I was like, okay, what if I would check for you with this platform? They're like, oh, that would be super cool. But we close an accelerator. So I'm like, I mean, not closed, but we already selected. And as an experiment, what I can do is to check on the existing participants.
A background check kind of.
Kinda. But the problem is, I wanted to do like that, but then it's appear another problem. Not every project potentially could be patented. So before we need to build in the filter of all ideas, what actually could be considered as a patent or blocked by another patent.
But that's a different problem you're solving, because if they already put it in their curriculum, you want to check for the specific patent they filed, right? But they don't put, are you saying they don't put the exact serial number, so you need to search for the broad search, or are you going...
You mean for accelerators? For
yeah, for funds.
No, they would just have a pillar, you know, we are looking for deep tech startups, we are looking for someone with IP, and in the form where people applied, it was like, do you have an IP? But at the end
they don't check,
of the selection, no one checked.
Yeah.
So
that's interesting.
That's more or less what we're doing. We're gonna probably next week have a meeting with GTP. They are already investing in 2 similar startups, but I don't know which one. I don't know what they're doing. But they were like, oh, let me see what you are doing as well. But they have the same problem. They have these disclosures from all over Italy. It's like 1K more a year.
CDP.
Carta something And that's it. Ideally, before meeting GDP, I should validate somehow the assumption that it actually can de risk. But on the other hand, if they're already looking for similar solutions and already almost investing into startups like that, the problem is there.
Probably.
So another assumption is like, now there's another problem with all the SaaS and AI that SaaS is dying and everything. So probably assumptions for the funds will be why I cannot do it with Perplexity and etc. Because researchers cannot do of their disclosure, like it's their ideas, they don't trust AI, etc. But funds don't care. Someone already disclosed to them idea and they don't have any idea or whatever. Why don't you put in Perplexity?
So it's your
A second.
your kind of could be an alternative for yours as well. Could be an alternative of your product using Perplexity as well.
I mean,
Are we?
oh, why not?
Yeah.
Why not? Of course, the accuracy is different.
Yeah.
A lot of things is different. But what if accuracy improves with the second release? And,
Of course.
I don't know.
Yeah, these are good problems to tackle, and I think you have a couple of open MVPs, like tests you are doing. Yeah, I mean, they sound interesting. I would say, which one you want to focus more on now?
I would go with the researchers first,
Mm-hmm.
just because it's easier to fail fast. Because if, I don't know, 10 researchers say it's a shitty product, we don't use it, etc., I still don't lose a lot of credibility, because you have 1 million of researchers and you have just 5 fans, whatever, that they can easily accessible, etc. So, because since the product never been really stress tested in the real environment, I don't know, something completely unexpected could go wrong, and I don't want it to happen with the funder.
Cool. Well, good job in presenting the story. It was very good, and I think you have a good MVP, so good job.
No, but something to work on?
To work on for you, I would say if you can get validation more, I mean, on the funds, that would be great. I mean, you have the researcher platform launching soon. It's already launched, and so you're getting feedback there.
I will.
You will, okay. But the deep tech fund, you said there are only 5. Are you sure there are only 5?
I mean, in the fact that I can reach out and they will probably say yes because they know me or someone I know, let's say. Of course, there are much more funds. But again, we cannot tackle the big one, the same problem you have because they have inside office, patent office, whatever, inside the company. So it's like small, medium, deep tech in Europe, also innovation programs, etc., which are more, of course, but they have less warm intro.
Yeah, I mean, I'm happy to also have a one-on-one with any of you guys after this, of course, if I can help you with introductions with, in your case, deep tech funds or something.
Oh,
but
also how to prepare, honestly,
yeah, of course. Well, I think as a next step, I think you're doing the next steps. It's difficult to test 2 things at the same time, so kudos on that. Are you alone or with someone else?
No, I have others, but they are not even in Italy, so...
Okay, but how many people are working on this?
4.
Okay, so maybe you can divide the team into someone testing one cohort, I don't know, or it depends. If they're technical, maybe don't help you, I don't know. But if there are 2 people less technical and can do more business development, you can test one cohort and the other cohort. But it's good that you're testing both. But it can be challenging when you're launching 2 products. I mean, two segments. Because now we finish, because then we have to talk to the other. But last question: so can the deep tech fund use the platform you're launching, or is more for the researchers?
I mean, they already can. The problem is the level of automation, because researcher wants to see all the reasoning and everything, because that's what they get insight from, and funds want to see just outcome.
Okay.
What is the percentage of the risk?
Yeah, they're less technical, probably.
Yeah, less, but they want to give the batch. So they don't have one invention, they have 200 at the same time. So it's the same algorithm, more or less, the same process, but different input, different output.
Yeah, if you can show something to the next call with the GDP, CDP, maybe it doesn't have to be ready, it can be a Figma, right, as we saw, and see if they're actually, their eyes is sparkling, and they're actually interested, and maybe they also even put on paper that they want to try it when it's ready. That would be great. That could be starting to get some LOIs ideally, or design like POCs. That would be probably very good. I'm happy to talk more later if you want, but yeah, that's interesting. Good job. Brava. Next. You wanna come or?
No, it's okay.
Okay, cool. Whenever you want.
I start by the customer, the problem.
Yeah, just say who is your customer, what's the problem they have, and you don't need to show it. You just can talk about it. Yeah.
So, I read also this then.
Yeah, I mean whatever you want. I mean read it or just say it out. Whatever is better for you. The customer, the problem, and the riskiest assumption.
So the customer, the problem, and the riskiest assumption.
Fantastic. We don't need a solution now.
Okay, boom.
Cool.
So our customer, we have advanced retail investors, of course. So these are the primary early adopters.
Sorry, who are investors? Say it again.
I said advanced retail investors.
Advanced
people that
retail
invest-
investors. Yeah, I didn't hear it.
people that
Sorry.
Invest,
Yeah.
but already know what they're doing, right? They
Yes,
just need the
advanced
proper
retail
data.
investor.
Then new investors, so aspiring investors, people that want to enter in the finance world, know more about finance and financial markets, and they need like an introduction to it, essentially. And then independent analyst, he can be also a financial advisor from, for example, Zurich Bank. I know that they use these kind of softwares because some of them that I know are using a competitor of ours, essentially.
So it's two segments or one? This.
It's we can divide them into actually
Okay.
because the financial advisor is also a advanced retail investor in the end.
Oh, really?
He
Okay.
also gives advice to other people, of course, because he works in the bank. But
It's different type.
yeah, they can be grouped in the same category. Whereas instead the new investor, the one that doesn't know or doesn't have any skill set, can be its own category.
Okay, good.
So
What's the problem for them?
the problem is that retail investors spend 3 hours a day reading scattered sources.
Yeah.
So like Bloomberg, not the terminal, but from the news, or the SEC filings. So like for see the people in the Senate who are buying essentially what type of orders they did, or investing.com for the news and for some analytics. When they make an evaluation, it's scattered because you research, for example, stock. So you have like, or also for my experience, 12 tabs open just to see and make a proper evaluation if it can be a good investment opportunity and if at the price of the company now is actually unfair or a fair value, let's say, for like what is.
So the problem is too many sources scattered.
You open the web, you just have like 7 different tabs open,
Okay.
and it's messy in the end, right?
So time consuming and
time consuming, messy, and
Okay.
To be honest, it's like old now.
Old now.
Right?
So what's the riskiest assumption about this problem in customer segment?
So the risk assumption is that retail investors actually want to understand why behind sources. They don't just give to explanation and ask for the buy and sell signals, right? So like researching or having already the proper evaluation that is already based with like sources, trusted sources, is a good thing because you just need one tab open, which is our software, and you can see directly everything in that one directly. Essentially, we've also explanations for the new investor.
Okay, and how you wanna test that this assumption?
This is the success criterion, right?
Correct. Yes.
Okay. So 15-20 retail investors confirm they spend significant time gathering data from multiple sources and express frustration with lack of explanation. And then landing page 2% waitlist conversion rate from targeted LinkedIn Financial Times ads.
2%.
No, 10%.
Okay.
From the waitlist.
It's good.
Yeah.
I mean, from the wait list. Okay, so people who already sign up.
Yeah.
Cool. And you think you want to do this week in 1 week or more?
Sorry?
Do you think you want to do this in 1 week?
No, we more time, of course.
Oh, you need more time. Okay.
From our prediction, it's gonna take at least half a month for like all the people to properly test it. Also because like with
No, sorry. To validate this assumption, like the people who convert.
the wait list.
Yeah. When do you want to do it? I mean, this test.
Waitlist conversion, it's gonna maybe a week and a half more.
Okay.
Because so we're gonna spread it around. More people, the better. We're gonna see the results when we finish to spread it. Probably 1 week and a half, we think.
Cool. Do you have other columns you wanna?
Yeah, we have. Financial students.
I mean, if you want, because otherwise we don't have to do all of them. Just choose the most important ones.
Okay. So we can do like a risk assumption about the transparent AI scoring, which is one of our functions.
Yeah, but that's the solution, right? So ideally, we wanna talk about the
another problem.
problems. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, if you have, otherwise it's good, huh?
So new investors don't understand why a stock scores well or poorly most of the times, and they can distinguish if it's actually a good opportunity or it's just a situation of hype, which with now, like also in some current situation that we see in the market, it's a lot of let's say companies or titles that jump exponentially based only on hype, right?
Yeah.
And so basically you want to know an explanation. You want to know if it's just hype, people buying in news, or if it actually the companies has the right fundamentals to have done this jump.
Okay.
Then because maybe like a new investor will buy it when it's already maybe too high, and then realistically the fundamentals will be low, and then the price will drop again.
Yeah.
So you lose
What's the
profit.
assumption?
So the assumption for this is we make a transparent AI scoring. So showing seniors contribution.
But the solution.
No.
Okay.
This is we wait. Transparent AI scoring. So showing senior contribution builds more trust than established brand names with black box rating. So for example, if you show like properly all the bearish and bullish points scattered in percentages, maybe this is more significant than just like an analyst from I don't know JP Morgan Chase putting the price from 200 to 480 in a 12-month time span. Because in 12 months anything can happen. But if we give you directly like what will be our evaluation on the title in the next month, which is like short term, you can have an expectation on actually if you want to invest now on the title if it's worth it or not.
Yeah.
So we think that this approach, the assumption is we think that with the approach of scattering all the type of seniors for a short-term time span is better than a person trying to I don't know interpret the 420 price senior from an analyst, but it's further in time. You don't know when it's gonna happen.
So it's time. It's almost real time. I mean, I would say time.
It's real time, yeah, because it gathers.
So you're saying people actually care to have almost real. I mean, faster scores compared to analysts.
The assumption is, we think that people will prefer this type of approach rather than just.
That's a good assumption. And how you're gonna test this?
So, test report, understand score burden. Okay, for like the new investors, so that segment, we will do a test. So we have some testers report if they understand the scoring breakdown once like they finish with the lessons and everything, and trust it more than the opaque competitor scores. Because of course we will still like show what the target is, for example, but we want to understand if the users prefer that one and if they understand how it works, like the system, the scatter system, and maybe make a trial.
So you make it like a product, or it's more like a demo? Do you have an idea what you want to do?
For this part, no, it's integrated in the product.
So you already have built it?
Yeah.
Okay.
So like people that are using it, that specific function, they can test it if it actually works for them or not, if they prefer like another method.
So it's more of a solution kind of test for you?
It's more a solution kind of test, yes.
Cool.
We want to see if actually it's something that people will like.
What's the name of the platform? Is it live?
Our name?
Yeah.
No, it's not live yet, because we need to finish just a few things.
Cool.
But very short, I think less than a month, we will be able to do the MVPs and the focus groups.
Cool. Good job, and looking forward to seeing that.
Thank you.
Good job. Bravo. Next, Mergerly.
Yeah. So, who's our customer? We decided to target M&A advisory firms, but those ones who focus on the mid-market and who have mid-sized teams. And that's because why we were talking and doing demos with actual companies who do M&A, we understood that in the small cap and mid cap size of the market, in M&A, the origination is still manual work. You use databases, you go look online for the companies, etc. It's fragmented. But on large cap companies, we talked also to companies like Mediobanca, more structured realities. We understood that in the large cap section, it usually goes that the managing director of the division picks the phone up. He has every CEO of every company number, who usually are their clients, and he goes, do you have any mandate for acquisition? You're looking for a company to acquire or to sell or to merge with, and origination happens with that
Close group. I mean, with that technique?
With that technique, exactly. So we focus on mid-market and small cap market M&A companies that do M&A in that section of the market.
Because it's more reachable for you, more reachable probably.
Yeah, it's more reachable, so it's easier. The selling cycle is much shorter because also with more structured realities, it's longer, and there's the core problem that the deal origination doesn't happen through manual work or tools. It's just personal network.
Yeah, it's personal network.
Of the managing directors, for example, in more structured realities.
Like Deloitte or KPMG?
Deloitte, KPMG, big banks, etc.
Okay.
They have.
So you're targeting boutique M&A.
Boutique M&A, exactly. Okay. And we asked ourselves if it was like a big enough of a market, and it actually was, because we did some with the criteria of the software for M&A market size, and it was like $1 billion almost. It was like 900 and something million yearly spent of software for M&A only in Europe.
In Europe, okay.
And we assume like a, I don't know, 2-3% penetration of customer base. So that's probably, I don't remember the exact number, but it's like 5 million the first.
So you validated the customer segment.
Yeah, exactly.
And I mean, what do you want to present now? Well, maybe for everyone, the problem and the solution.
Yeah, okay. The problem is that M&A deal origination now happens through very different tools. It's a manual process. Usually, analysts go to their databases. They search for, they filter for financials. It's a very long process because then they get, 1,000 companies that are financially compatible and in that sector, and then they need to go look at each website, for example, and understand what the company really does, because oftentimes the information about the company or the ATECO code is misleading. It's a really long and fragmented process. It's not optimized, and this is like the main problem, that it's very time consuming, and the solution is marginally, but
yeah. And so what are you testing now? What's your assumptions and tests?
Our riskiest assumption is that advisors actually feel this pain, so feel the pain of the time-consuming part of deal origination.
Who is the advisor? Like the junior or the senior?
The company itself, because the analyst feels the pains in the sense that he has to, stays a whole week of work looking at websites, for example, which is not only boring but time consuming, and he could spend time for what he was actually trained for. So due diligence, financial due diligence, and the company itself, of the managing director, because he's paying an analyst a full week, so 1,000 euros for just looking at websites and validating a mandate manually.
Yes, yeah.
So if we optimize this process and save their time, for the analyst means not being able to work on what's actually useful.
Yeah.
And for the managing director,
makes sense.
Time, so I save money.
You have a user, you have a buyer, you have a champion. So the user is the analyst, potentially. The champion is the one.
He is the analyst, because the managing director doesn't do it.
Yeah, but he's more of the buyer, the managing director. The question is, are they gonna replace people with your software or not?
No, because if one analyst can do the work 10 times faster, it means that it does the work of 10 people with just one person. So in that sense, yes. But you also need, you will always need a person using the software, of course.
Correct. Yeah. Yeah. So probably it's an easier sell to tell them that they don't need to make an extra hire rather than sending people home, because it's more difficult to send people home, of course. But if they're hiring, your software is going to be a good solution, because they can stop hiring for that position.
And actually, so it's easier to tell them you don't need to hire anymore.
Yes.
Because also,
from my experience, yes.
Big firms have high turnaround. I don't know how to say that.
Yeah, I understand.
They change people.
Yeah. So That's
Because
good. So it's a good sign. So it's easier to propose your software. And what you can do, you can also
we
see.
didn't actually think about in this perspective, like actually selling it with the narrative of don't assume, don't hire more people more or something.
Yeah, because it's. I mean, we saw it with Speed Legal as well. It's difficult to send people home sometimes. So that's why we found that maybe it's useful to look for companies who have an open position, and then you contact them, and you can make it funny. Send a resume, which is an AI reviewer, and make it I can. I can save you X amount of time and money, and then maybe you get you contact them, the HR, and so instead of hiring a person, they hire your software or something.
Yeah.
So you could look for these companies maybe. I mean, hiring for someone that you're looking to replace somehow.
Yeah, it's a nice idea. And the second assumption was the SME market was big enough, but I already explained that we validated with the
Cool. So let's go to the test, and then.
Okay. So the test reflects what we're doing right now. So while we were doing demos, we wanted to see if analysts and managing directors we talked to confirm that they would actually love to automate this process and save 10 hours per long list, 100 hours per long list created, and the feedback was positive in this sense. And our risk, the success criteria right now, I would think that is that our actual generated long lists is better or up to par with the analyst generated long list, so that the actual output of the software is validated.
So you're testing the solution now that it's performing as expected.
Yeah, because we're making promises that our software is gonna do this and save your time, but if it's faster and it doesn't give like actual valid output, it's useless, So we're actually the question we're asking right now, why we build long list for other companies, etc. We need to build the target lists and compare them with the analyst ones, for example, and see where we got improved, where we were better, where to push in which direction to push with the development of the software. What I think that we did right now is that I think, overdeveloped the features at first, because we started developing the software while we were not talking actively with the users or the companies, and we understood that we built a bunch of stuff that it was like, oh yeah, this is cool, but
that's actually very good that you found that you discovered it.
Yeah. And then when we started talking with the user, etc., they said, yeah, it's cool, but this is like they said this is very useful, this is very useful, this is very useful. The rest I don't care, essentially. So we just made the software very precise on those basic features that were actually useful on the feedback, and we removed the other ones.
Perfect. So yeah, now you have this chicken egg problem where you wanna probably also build a solution, but you don't have the money to get the data.
Exactly.
So probably one way of trying to either get investor money or get some deposits or something from your customers, potential customers.
The actual idea that you gave us before of asking them to we do a partnership, we build some long lists for you, we take your deposit, and
then make it sound like you work for them and they have
exactly.
Actually,
we give you the software, 2 months free, we work alongside each other,
and
you
tell
give
them
us little money, and
correct, they have the privilege of having the product shape on their needs,
exactly,
which will cost much more if they hire engineers.
One thing we noticed, and I wanted to hear your feedback on this, is that the higher the seniority of the people we were talking to, and so the more distant they were with AI and these tools, the higher was the actual reaction and feedback. Like the more positive the feedback was, because the actual real feedback, usable feedback we received was from analysts. And maybe that's because, I don't know, a managing director doesn't do the due diligence, the screening, etc. So when we talk to managing director and figures like that, they are all, this is so cool, etc. There's a lot of enthusiasm. But when we talk to analysts, they say they're cool, that it is cool, but they highlight some things that we need to solve.
So basically, you get more practical feedback from the user,
Yeah.
and from the MD, probably you get a lot of enthusiasm, but nothing practical. That's what you're saying.
Yeah, exactly. And nothing practical from the buyer. That the user is the analyst is what highlighted the things that
Yeah.
were actually useful for the developer.
But you need both, right? Because
Yeah,
it's a multi-step process, so it's good that you get both into the game, and then you need the double opt-in even more. So yeah, I mean, good job with that. Keep me posted if you have any questions. Also, you know, in the next.
Can we do a one-to-one with you?
Yeah, of course.
Or
You can. I'll send you.
Yeah, let's go.
Allegra send the calendar.
Oh, okay, perfect. So you have my.
The Calendly.
Calendly is a link where you can book some time.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're using Calendly for demos.
Okay, perfect.
I didn't see the calendar, so.
No, she will send if you ask her for one-to-one.
She
will send you. And you
okay.
Cool. Good job. Do you have any questions or now?
No, it's just.
Let's have a call maybe so we can.
Yeah, maybe we can like do you a brief demo.
Happy to have a look.
And also like ask some questions.
Sure, of course.
But you're not technical, right?
I can code a bit, but
because also a question that's interesting to me with vibe coding, cloud code, etc. Right now, do you really think that how much can we push before actually hiring very technical people? Because me and Giulio had like technical, basic knowledge, but we like vibe coding.
There is not like a cutting clear answer. It depends, but I would say probably you can get the first 10 paying customers without, but depends on the solution. I mean, if it's deep tech, it's more difficult. But for you, I think if you're using maybe Cloud, Anthropic or these models, you don't need a super sophisticated technology. You just use APIs.
Yeah.
So if you use that kind of AI, you don't need to fine tune your model, open source like Llama, whatever. Just go with that.
We built the software as a BIOC. You bring your own key.
Okay, so they can also put their own keys.
Yeah, so they can manage their own.
Yeah, get 10 people paying or something. I don't have an exact number, but you feel it when it's the right time. When people start asking you, SOC 2 compliance, these kind of things. Of course, if you work with banks from day one, that's also a bit more difficult. But again, you don't need.
Work with banks because I don't know the Generali Bank of. I don't know.
Yeah, you don't work with banks.
It's the large cap.
I know. It was just a rhetorical question.
We would deal with like private data, private companies, so it's very like on the privacy side. Can we just code the thing and later on?
Well, it should be ideally GDPR compliant. So try making sure like the servers are in Europe, these kind of things.
But I think we are right now, like on privacy and GDPR. But I wanted to understand how deep we need to go on that before actually like working with companies. Because
too deep? What do you mean?
Like how deep we need to go on like compliance, GDPR.
I mean, make sure that
privacy.
Your website is kind of safe. At least like people don't. There's not like a public address they can enter and steal your data. These kind of things, but. Again, depends on your customer and the contracts you sign with them. I don't know what contracts are you signing, but I would say, so again, the first 10 customers-ish, you can go probably with what you're doing, and then as you scale, but I'm happy to discuss more in a one-on-one because it's maybe more, if you have more specific questions, I can help you more.
Yeah, of course.
Good job.
We'll have them for sure. Thank you.
Avanti.
Quick question, relevant for everyone. When we do these tests and we are dealing with the data of the customers, how, especially B2B one, how do you think it's important to be GDPR compliant or whatever from the beginning?
Well, if they are in the US, they don't need to be GDPR compliant, so it's easier.
If we're in Europe.
In Europe, okay. So what's the question?
It's like, for instance, we have this platform that was built, and we are planning to let researchers insert their invention and we get the patent check, etc. But our platform is super far from being compliant for whatever regulations.
Well, did you sign a contract with them or not?
Sign the contract? No.
So, ideally, you should be compliant. But I think if you didn't sign a contract, in your privacy policy, depends what you write there. I mean, it's a bit gray area, I know, but I would say at the beginning, I would actually risk it. It's not like that you have a contract that you're saying, I'm actually not storing your data in Europe and then you store it in US or something. So depending on the contract that you have, if you don't have any contract, I would actually risk it at the beginning a bit. They know actually is almost free to use, so they know there is a risk. When you know it's free, is actually you are paying with your data. If you start asking for money, they may also ask you more questions like compliance, security, and then that's why you need probably to step up your game. But from what I understood, you're not asking that money for them. But yeah, again, in the one-on-one, we can go deeper on which institutions, where you store your stuff. Are you using Mongo, AWS? I'm not sure, GCP. I can help you more.
Super, thank you.
Cheers. Next. And don't talk about the solution. They spoke about the solution because they already did it last month, 2 months ago. But just focus on the problem, remember, okay? Let's go.
Yeah. So I start with the customers. So
Sorry, start again? Yeah, customers.
Start with the customers.
Yeah, perfect.
So our customers are students with learning disorders. And we have like 2 channels. The first one is for appunto customers like students with learning disorders. And the other one is for teachers and schools that have to teach them.
Okay.
So it's a dual system. So we provide it for families and schools. Then the problem is that from the student part is that learning is hard for certain people, especially with teacher that doesn't comply their duty. So teacher that doesn't follow like the PDP, so the thing I was talking before.
The method?
Yeah, it's piano di apprendimento personalizzato.
Yeah, it's a metodo didattico.
It's mostly like a document, legal document, say that certifies you with specific disorders.
Okay.
And then teachers have to comply with that.
I see. So the teachers need to have this document proving that they can teach to them?
They have, so the students have to have these documents to prove that they have
this problem. Yeah.
And teacher must follow these documents.
Okay.
Applying to like test or maths or stuff like that. It's difficult to explain.
No, it's understandable.
And so like this is a student's problem. So the problem that the students face is that teachers don't comply with it, and also they are not supported in their journey.
So the problem is that the teachers are not compliant, not that the students don't have the certification, or both.
They do have to have the certification because otherwise they don't have any problem in like a legal perspective, let's say, if they're not certificated. And so if they're not certificated, the teacher don't have any duty to help them. But if they are,
that's the problem.
Yeah,
that you're scanning. I mean, ideally helping to find if it's compliant, if they're following the steps.
No, it's simplifying for the teachers.
Yeah.
To follow.
Perfect. But we don't talk about that now. Sorry. But yeah, thank you.
It's difficult if I don't explain like a little bit.
No, it's okay.
Solution. It's not.
Thank you so much.
And then we have the teacher side. So the problem that teachers face, because it's that they have to manage hundreds of students or students that have specifically disorders, and they must follow specific program for each people. So if like Marco, Francesco, Giovanni have different problems, they have to create different materials for each one of them.
Clear. Assumption and tests that you want to make?
So the tests I want to make is, I already made some tests, like some Google form, because we're working with AID, it's Associazione Italiana di SA, and we did some like Google form with them to families, and to test if our product could be used by family, because they have to pay a subscription. And then we will do a validation landing page linked to ads So organic videos or just ads on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok.
Nice.
Yeah.
So sorry, the survey was testing what? What were you saying?
The survey was testing what families want in the app, let's say, and what families needs, and what are the problems that family face.
Okay, so the problems as well.
Yeah.
And you already validated this?
Yeah,
No?
I had only mostly 100 people.
And how many were positive answers or a good answer for you?
More than 70%.
Well, good, so you validated already.
Yeah, I would like to validate it more because I think that if we have a really good validation, then we can start to develop the product, like maybe some basic features, and start scaling from them, and then adding more layer of complexity in our product. I don't know what you think about it. And then I did also the risk assumption. So the risk assumption is that teacher will actually the teacher adoption. So teacher will actually use the free AI tool for the adoption of maps, of the creation of maps and tests based on the PDP. So maybe their like point of view of not using it will be if it's safe enough and if it's private enough. So if like data and certificate are stored safely, and if it's safe to use and easy to use also.
So that's, but that's about the solution, right? More than the problem.
It's a risk assumption.
Yeah, but the assumption about the problem could be that teachers, well, are actually not following the PDP, maybe, or another assumption could be that teachers are actually having issues in tracking hundreds of students. Well, you mentioned 100 before. I don't know if it's 100, but
100 students. Yeah, generally. Yeah.
But yeah, but you already validated the problem, so maybe you're already thinking about the solution, which makes sense.
Yeah, we are trying to develop the solution that we already thought about the solution, and that now we have to see if it works with more validation. Also, we were thinking about making like a fake
Landing page.
Yeah, or fake videos, like from someone who's like using the apps or speaking with the app, and then like you see if users are like willing to buy it. So they like press on like buy now, they buy, and they don't spend anything. It's pop up.
Yeah, and something.
Yeah, something that says
triggers.
we are like full at the moment.
And you track how many click or ask for.
I track how many click, and also I ask them to put their emails to be contacted when the app will be available, and so I have also like this
wait list, kind of waiting list.
Yeah,
sounds good to me. Yeah.
Okay.
Good story. If you have any question, also you can book some time with me after today. I'm happy to help.
Okay, perfect. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next.
So, medium and small manufacturing companies without compliance team or with few people working in this field spend a lot of money and time to keep their compliance updated. And our riskiest assumption is that since corporate compliance is a very risky field, they are willing to solve it with an AI software.
Yes, remember, try not to say it in terms of solution, but great part, I love the story, the customer and the problem. Okay. What do you think is the riskiest assumption about this problem?
Because with corporate compliance is a very risky file it's a problem for them because it's risky. If compliance is not right, they risk, for example, multa or
fees,
jail,
fines,
and also jail sometimes. So they are willing to solve this problem with an AI software.
So you're saying this kind of companies, that the mid-size manufacturing, you said, OEMs,
companies,
they have this problem, which is when they are buying or selling stuff.
The operational compliance. So when they are actually stanno producendo.
They are actually having operations, producing stuff. they need to have what? Which kind of compliance do they need specifically?
They
like
need to have
certifications?
an algorithm that is updated upon the EU laws and segnala, for example,
Alerts with
discongruenze tra i documenti operativi dell'azienda e appunto le leggi che ci sono europee.
Okay, so who is doing that now?
Sorry?
Who is doing that now in the company?
Is doing the compliance team.
So there is a compliance team.
Yeah.
So you're thinking about making the life easier for them or kind of replacing them?
We are thinking to making the life easier, but also it could replace some of them.
Some of them.
If we have a team of 10 people and we integrate the software in my factory, for example,
Yeah.
maybe I don't need 10 people working on the team, but I need only 4 maybe.
Okay. And so I see. And so the assumption is still not clear to me, the assumption.
Okay. The assumption is that they want a software to verify the compliance inside their company.
Yeah. And they are open to
They are
leave
open
people
to integrate
home
the software
or
inside the workflow.
Yeah, software is still the solution, but let's say they're not happy with the current solution, and they want to.
Yeah, to integrate something new.
But the question is, do you see problems? You said that in your factory, for example, are there problems in the company? I mean, are there problems in the compliance team or not now?
Yeah, you spend a lot of money companies spend a lot of money to guarantee the compliance.
Okay, so it's a cost issue as well.
Very less money to obtain the same result.
And what about accuracy? Is there better accuracy, you think, with the software, or is it the same with the humans, or less?
Yeah, I think there is a better accuracy because it can operate with a lot of more documents in relation of a person.
Okay, so yeah, you could propose this as a problem that actually you are missing, you're missing actually potential fatal errors in the compliance team,
right.
And also you can, so you have fatal errors in the compliance team in the production. You can have even people die in the factory because of compliance, and you can have a lot of money invested in a team that is not accurate. So the assumption here is, do this kind of company care about having, a good, a healthy team and no issues with the team, and also to spend less money? Probably the answer is yes, but maybe you could test. So what's your test now? What's your
we are
success criteria?
Our at least 10 companies book a demo with our landing page.
Okay, so you're testing the solution now. Have you talked to 10? I mean, you can do this, up to you, but have you talked to 10 companies and asked them questions about the problem?
No, 10 companies.
Not yet. You could do that. I mean, that's, in my experience, the best thing to do. And
we're doing this. Right.
Okay, you should do that. That would be great. And maybe your homework, would be the one of having, 5 out of 10 to say, actually, this is a problem. And at the end, you can also tell, oh, by the way, we are building something. Do you want me to keep you updated? And so they give you the email or something. And then once you have the landing page, you send it to them, something like that. And even if you have the landing page ready, I would say when you talk to your potential customers, just always do customer discovery. Never pitch first. Always ask. Listen to speak ratio should be higher, should be lower. Like you should listen 2 and speak 1. They should speak 2, you listen 1. So you get a lot of information from them and ask all the questions, what you do in your daily life, blah, 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 in your daily work life, and get a lot of information so you can then hone your pitch and propose the solution that they really want to hear. Good, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Good job. Next, the AI pizza delivery. Okay. The AI agent for customer calls, I guess.
So, our customers are basically independent pizzerias with phone order volumes around 40 calls per day,
okay.
Especially during weekends where the you know,
Yeah.
more people go
Buy.
out.
Yeah.
Small restaurant chains
Mhm.
and takeaway focused restaurant because they
Okay.
do that to survive.
Okay.
And the problems we are aiming to solve are that pizzerias lose orders due to missed calls during peak hours, and staff spend significant time for repeating the same order taking process
Okay.
during all the
Yeah.
night.
Very good.
And then phone interruptions slow down kitchen operation and create errors in order, especially in those small takeaway pizzerias where maybe there are two people working. Let's say a couple that set up the takeaway pizzeria. One is making pizzas, the other one are,
Yeah.
packaging pizza delivery, and then they have to
Yeah.
answer the phone.
Correct.
And our riskiest assumption is that people, the customers of the pizzerias, actually do not feel comfortable while talking to an AI instead of a real person.
True.
So now we have to test, first of all.
Sorry, this is good, but it's about the solution. It's easy to make these mistakes. I will also do it, no worries. So I would say your riskiest assumption here is actually the problem of answering the phone while packaging is a problem for them. Is it a problem? Because maybe they say, oh, I actually use now Bluetooth on my ears, and it's not a problem. I usually use AirPods, it's not a problem. Or maybe the other problem you had was 40 calls, and what was the problem, the first problem?
Like when you missed calls.
Yeah, you missed calls,
because
so-
you have you are answering to one phone call and then
I see. Well, maybe they say, well, I'm gonna get 2 lines so I don't lose the. So that's what I'm saying.
Now if you have 2 lines, you're like there. You have to pay as a owner. You have to pay 2 people to answer to 2 phones instead of just paying.
True, but maybe I have 2 people. I have 2 people in the bar. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Let's test the problem first. I think it's a good idea. I'm just saying. So your risk assumption. Try to say it again. What's the risk assumption without talking about AI solutions now?
Yeah, I mean that our riskiest assumption is that people prefer to interact with other people.
Yeah,
and I know that I am stressing the solution.
Yeah, it's
part,
still a
but
bit solution oriented. I feel you, and I think it's a good assumption to test. But if you want to really be precise on this kind of exercise and go deep, I think your risk assumption connected to the problem is the fact that
maybe some more.
I really care about I cannot make it with the current. I cannot have for example, again an AirPod and answering, and it's stressful. It's an assumption because maybe I like it to be, multitasking. I'm just saying, this would be the assumption, but I agree with you that your biggest threshold is then testing the assumption of people talking to humans or AI. That's a very big assumption. I agree with you on that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because let's imagine that you, this Saturday, you're going out in dinner to eat pizza. You go to a fancy pizzeria and you have to pay, and you're looking to the cashier, and he has an AirPod answering phone calls while talking to you, while maybe registering some orders to send to the kitchen, because while he's answering the phone, he is writing some pizzas, then send them.
That's good, but you know why we're doing this? Is because we want to be more clear on who is your customer segment and who is your problem. Because, for example, take a pizzeria in Napoli, like Da Michele. They don't take phone orders, right? Da Michele is one of the oldest pizzeria. You need to go there and wait in line. I know it's Napoli and there is one, but there are more also here. There are pizzerias who are not taking orders during peak hours. They don't even pick up the phone because they want you maybe to go there and they have you sit. So what I'm saying is that you're right, but at the same time, by asking these questions and going deeper into the problem, you understand who is your customer segment. So your customer segment probably is not Pizzeria da Michele, or it's probably someone else.
That rely heavily on phone orders.
Perfect. It's like the takeaway ones that you mentioned before. So, but yeah, very good. Did you want to say something on your tests now, or that you're doing test?
No,
MVP.
we have to test if owners are really willing to pay for this service, because especially in Italy and especially in these sectors, many owners are like the old generation, so they are not.
Sometimes
They do not trust technology that much, and it's a really
Yeah.
good sector.
But there are some who won't. I believe so.
Yeah, so we have to reach out
Yeah.
and understand if someone is really willing to.
Yeah, maybe you can have an agent to reach out for you. I'm kidding. But yeah, good job and good luck. And let me know if you have any questions.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, so every day, thousands of restaurant, grocery owners, and small retailers have to go physically to the wholesale market and check the availability of the product, contract the prices, and they have to take with their own vehicles the goods to their shop before the opening hours. So it takes a lot of hours and time spending, and the supply process remains slow, expensive, and less unpredictable. On the other side, there are no tools to know in advance what products are available, at what price, from whom. So this is resonate also on the side of wholesalers. They are the second our customers. Because they have to manage a lot of retailers every day in the working hours, in the opening hours of the market. So like in very focused hours, like 1 and 2, there are a lot of clients that ask for different products. So it's a messy process for the wholesalers. And before the clients go to physically buy the product, the wholesaler have to manage all the orders that they get to the client, and in this moment they manage all the orders with the fragmented channels. They use most of the times WhatsApp, but they're willing to use even phone calls, emails. We validate even the problem for some survey and quantitative research that we did with the wholesaler. There's most of them are no longer willing to sacrifice their time to continue working with obsolete tools and this process that are inefficient, we can say. And our riskiest assumption is that for the wholesalers that they no longer want to work to manage their customer throughout a fragmented channel. And on the side of the retailers that they are willing to have their goods delivered without seeing the quality and check the quality of the goods.
The first one was great. The second one is about the solution, though, right? The second assumption.
Yeah, but maybe I struggle a bit to find the risk to the assumption on the side of retailers, because the delivery, it's the service that guarantee all the success of the program. Because if the retailers are not satisfied of the delivery, there's no.
Yeah, but maybe the assumption is that they need to go every night. Maybe they don't go maybe they go once a month or once a week, no? Or
so you're saying that the assumption is maybe they no longer want to go physically in the market.
No, you said that. No. I'm just saying at the beginning you said, retailers, grocery, they have to go every night from 3 to 6 a.m. It's time consuming. But maybe an assumption, correct me if I'm wrong, is that they need to go every day. Maybe it's not true. Maybe they can go once a week.
It depends of the clients, because like GDO, for example, supermarkets that do daily orders, the small retailers maybe are more willing to do like 2 or 3 orders a week, and restaurant 3, 4. So it depends on the clients.
Yeah, I'm just saying this could be an assumption, but maybe you already validated that it's not an assumption. The other assumption could be on the retailer side, the fact that, well, the wholesaler doesn't provide delivery. Do they provide delivery?
There's some more affirmed players that have the delivery service, but in most of the case they don't have it.
Okay, so that's another assumption that maybe you know. And the other assumption could be that they don't. Someone in their team, they can go and do it for them. Maybe not the owner of the restaurant, but maybe someone who is doing, again, that part of the job could do it for them. So maybe they don't have a problem.
Maybe
I don't know.
I mean, it's more effective in the small retailers probably, or more new shop owners that have the difficult to manage. They're less personal to delegate the tasks, and
So you
they
think,
have to
okay,
physically do.
the problem is on the smaller ones, you're saying probably, or the bigger ones?
More effective the smaller ones.
Okay. I mean, it's good because these assumptions are helping you to understand exactly who is the customer who has the biggest pain, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, these are just my ideas, but maybe you guys have other ideas of what could be a riskiest assumption for your name?
Federico.
For Federico. It's a brainstorming exercise, as you know. So on the left side, you put a lot of ideas, and then you pick one post-it and you put it there. So, but yeah, I think it's interesting. So how are you going to test this?
Probably the next step would be to present with the director of the market the platform.
So the solution already.
Okay. Because
Okay.
the previous step was to validate the problem with the survey that we did. And,
The survey, you did it already, okay?
Yes.
With the retailers or wholesalers?
With both. We did like a quantitative survey on the side of retailers, and we involved like 400 clients in the city of Cagliari around.
That's good.
City, okay?
Number.
And on the side of wholesalers, we interview some wholesaler inside the market of Sesto and some that maybe are independent wholesaler, because there are even players that don't work inside the market. I mean, they are independent.
And
so
how was the?
They told us that the wholesalers admit that their daily work and the manage of their orders are a lot messy, and they know that it's not possible.
So you had like a 60% plus positive answer, so 50%.
Yes, more than 60.
Good. So now you are testing the solution. You said next step. No?
Sorry.
The next step for you is to test what, the solution? You said.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's an MVP. There's the platform is
it's ready.
It's
almost
an advanced prototype. It's not a.
Okay, it's already kind of more than an MVP.
Yeah, but I think that for now our biggest problem is to find maybe the best way to facilitate the using of the app, because we are trying to convince the wholesalers to work in a different way. And on the side of retailers, maybe we have already a proof of work that we did when we had the COVID period, that the wholesale market didn't stop. I mean, and it continued to work with the delivery services. So on the side of retailers, I mean, they understood that it is possible to have a quality product without having maybe the necessity, the need to go physically to the market. And
so there was already, yeah.
So
yeah, good luck with the launch. If you have any question, let me know.
Yeah, sure. If it's possible, I will.
Yeah, ask Allegra. Bravo. Last but not least.
Commento sarà breve, dai.
Tranquilla.
Allora. So, toxic environment and workplace are a big pain for companies. So we have, for example, micro-mobbing, stress, hidden conflicts that cost company billions of euros in turnover and lost productivity. So yet employees suffer in silence, fearing retaliation, leaving HR completely blind to the real corporate climate until it's too late. Because, for example, they do annual surveys or monthly surveys that are yet anonymous but inefficient. Because, for example, at a lot of times the questions are a lot of really vague, because they can't profile users and employees on the company. And employees sometimes don't even respond right to these surveys because...
Sorry, they cannot do it because it's illegal to ask for these questions, or what?
Yeah, because they can't ask a direct question that it's possible to identify who responded to the survey.
Okay.
So a lot of times when there is an open box where you can write the problem, there is the disclaimer: don't write specific something, because I can see who you are.
Yeah.
Like that. And another problem about this is that, for example, employees don't write the real problem because they have a fear of retaliation. So our customer, as it's probably understandable, are B2B, so HR directors, diversity and inclusion manager, corporate welfare manager, and of medium and large companies, because we need our big pool of employees to anonymize the data. And the end user are corporate employees facing daily stress, burnout, or complex workplace dynamics, and even the HR that need to analyze all the different employees' sentiment analysis. We even make some assumptions. So, for example, one of the assumptions is that HR directors are actively frustrated with current tools because they are ineffective and lagging indicators that fail to reveal the true corporate climate. So there is a turnover of employees because HR is not able to identify the problems when they came up, and the employees don't have the right tools to understand what is happening. So they, instead of trying to solve the problem, they just leave the company. So we need a tool that can combine the HR world to the employee welfare. And one of the success criterion of that is that HR is satisfied with the current product and is really able to understand what is happening inside the company. So, for example, maybe do the analysis with our app and analysis with a classic survey, and see if the application is able to identify problems that the survey weren't able to identify, or even to match the problem identified in the survey. Then we have another problem that is the financial cost of the talent turnover. So companies know that they have a turnover problem, so they told us that they have this problem. And a success criterion could be like analyze the company performance and see if there is a decrease or even an increase of the turnover based on our application usage.
This is good. It's very good, actually, the presentation. But you're focusing on the solution because you already validated the problem, or what?
Yeah, we tried to validate the problem. So, for example, we spoke with some companies during our presentation, and they told us that they could apply this app to their employees. Like our app was born to a B2C market, so our aim was Gen Z, and the problem was real and tested. But
how did you test it? Sorry.
Yeah, because
how did you test it?
From statistical analysis and even talking with Fondazione Libella and Donna Moderna that told us this is a real problem, and they asked us to find a solution to that.
Okay, so you have a couple of customers interviewed.
Yeah, we have like this institution that can help us to gain trust in this environment. Then we spoke about these two companies, and they said that their companies has this type of problem. So they have a problem of turnover, they have a problem of talent attraction and retention, and that the
because of this problem, because of these issues.
Yeah, one of the biggest problem is the like, for example, the attrito, the friction with the management, and the fact that they can't say to HR all their problems because they fear of retaliation. So it would be better to have a powerful system that can trace problems inside the company, but don't tell who has this problem, so HR can act effectively to solve the problem without retaliation.
Very good. So what's your test now, your MVP, or the next step?
The next step, it could be to contact this company that we talked before to get a declaration of intent to buy the product whenever it will be released, and to gain feedback from the first adopter. So, for example, just launch the application on a small batch of employees to understand if the product is valuable or not, and to gain feedback about what to improve and what to eliminate.
Yeah.
And one of our biggest fear is the GDPR compliance. So this is a big aspect that we wanted to face with the first company that we were working for.
Very good. Yeah, I think it's good. LOIs. If you can also get some money up front, it would be great. LOIs without money is good. By the way, in your LOI, did you put some values or not? Some money or not?
Yeah, we have the specific value.
So when you finish the LOI, it's gonna convert into a contract or not?
Yeah, they're non-binding as of now
Okay.
because we don't provide the value now.
But you put how much it costs your product or not?
Yeah.
Yes. Perfect. So you can do something like this, or ideally, if you can even get them to pay a small amount upfront, that's even more validation for investors, for people you talk to. But yeah, very good presentation and good luck. And if you have any questions, let me know. So good job, guys. Is there anyone else who wants to speak, also from home? Or we're good? So I think we covered everything. Just remember one thing. Your next session is actually in 1 week, but okay, this way, sorry. Remember to do your homework, which is, I guess you're doing this already, but test your riskiest assumption, or for some of you, do the hard, bless you, the hard thing, the heavy thing, which is asking for the deposit, asking those questions, going there, focusing on the real problem, and yeah, if you have any question, ask Allegra, my Calendly, and always remember to nail it before you scale it. Thank you.